The time has come, guys. This is the 18th episode of the Unscripted Introverts podcast. We do have a very special guest today. We've been trying to plan this for 2 weeks now.
Special indeed.
Jonah?
Well, first of all, let's talk about that special line. That was a little uncalled for. I'm a little hurt, but
I think it was well warranted.
Well, I'm gonna get a cease and desist now. Better check your mail. I'm Jonah. I know a lot about anime. It's the only reason I was invited to this podcast.
We're not friends with this asshole at all.
Yeah, they met me off the street. Another unwarranted insult, Mr. Lee. Really? Is that how we're okay?
This is how the majority of the episode's gonna go.
Yeah,
They just constantly bicker with each other.
a lot of banter and bickering. So most of it's not funny at all. It's just a little warning for everyone. Sorry, we had to assault your ears, especially Taylor. Oh shit, man! What a day, guys. We haven't recorded in a little.
It's been
Only 2
been
weeks.
2 weeks. Better than a month.
Hey, we're making progress.
Wonder why that was.
Hey,
Yeah,
he's
I mean-
bad at this. Guest, all right? Where you end up special.
Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy.
It's all jokes here. It's all jokes. All right. Well, yeah, we do indeed have a very special episode. Something I thought Jonah would be best suited for, because who knows anime better than this goddamn weeb? No one.
I have a couple coworkers in mind that would argue that, but
No, I think I would know better than them.
Taylor at work, dude does fucking nothing but read. He just reads manga all day, and he'll go through like 6 of them in 1 month, and you'll be like, I hated half of them. I only just read them just to pass the time. I was like, are you serious? This dude just lives in anime and manga. What is this?
Mr. Mike.
This way towards
Yeah,
me?
There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, me and Tavien have been. I know last episode we talked about an anime journey, about how I finished Naruto. We've had this this episode in mind for a while, and we figured when we originally started the podcast, we wanted Jonah as a permanent third because for this reason. But from what I was communicated with, Jonah's main topic that he wanted to talk about was only anime. But me and Tavien just wanted to talk about anything. So we figured any anime episodes we're gonna have like this, we're gonna probably bring Jonah in.
Yeah. It's not like he gets a choice to be, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'd like to.
Yeah, they kind of.
I
Names on me here.
kidnapped him today, so it's fine. Everything's fine. Nobody knows where he is.
We're feeding him and giving him water regularly. He's
Okay.
he's well taken care of.
Not regularly. It's actually like once every 2 days. But
Yeah.
It's
It's
semi-monthly.
You can survive 7 days without water.
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
All right, did we want to?
Yeah, let's open up the
All right,
tier list.
right. So it should be good, right?
Yeah.
Do we want to check real quick?
Yeah. Just leave that part open and we're fine.
Okay. All right.
Let's go up.
Is it possible to move?
No.
No. All right. Well,
Just scroll down.
yeah.
Scroll, not up, down. There you go.
Yeah, but look, it covers all the tiers above B.
Oh, move the webcam to the top right then.
This.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. All right. There
That's
we go.
better.
Where the fuck did it go? I don't know this. When did this fucking PC shit get invented? It's real like behind its time.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect you to
Okay,
understand.
stop clicking
Oh,
because you're
there it
gonna
is.
randomly open something.
My bad.
Okay.
Sorry. Well, I was tracking the mouse there.
Just a note. We try to find multiple anime tier lists. Jonah knows majority of them, but we're trying to stick to animes all three of us have watched.
Yeah.
And there's one list that had like over 500, and we just didn't feel like trying to go based off of these tiny ass pictures. So as far as a chart, we're only doing shonen, but we do have a lot more in mind that we're just gonna openly talk about and just leave the screen up.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. First one I think is relatively simple. Unless someone wants to debate it, I think we can easily put Attack on Titan in a fucking S.
I would put it in A tier, personally.
A
I
tier?
think it's a great show. It's amazing. The only downside was season 2 was boring. The first half of season 1 was a little boring. except for
Season
the first
two,
episode.
season 2 being Eren being kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
There wasn't much to that. But like after season 2, like season 3, 4 part 2, it's all been amazing. Like they really amped up the story a lot, and I think that like
Hmm.
it could be S tier. Okay, because this is an anime tier list, not manga. If we're going manga, S tier.
I
But if
think
we're going
no
anime,
S.
sometimes they don't adapt certain things in the manga for certain reasons, and I think if they do go based off the manga, it'll be S tier once the final parts of it come.
Okay.
But as for now, I think it's an A tier.
Okay.
I would say S tier only because it was the first anime that I got into. To this day, of all the animes that I have watched now, this is still probably one of my number one. And like Jonah said with the manga, with what parts coming up, it's gonna slap so hard. So I would argue S tier
I
just for the
guess
sake of biasness.
I'd say S tier too. Mostly for, I mean, don't get me wrong, storytelling is great. I think all the characters are, I think a lot of them have pretty good development. I like Gene. I even like Floke. I loved his
Is that how you
character.
pronounce it? I always
I think
said
it's
Flock.
Flock.
Flock,
Yeah.
whatever.
You know, I
But
honestly with
And
this
I don't think it's
season,
Jean. I think it's Jean.
I
I
think
don't
so too.
care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I
It doesn't
care.
matter.
But yeah,
Tavien,
I agree. I
I
think
think
the character building with Jean, Connie, Sasha, and all them is really good, especially in the newer season with I forgot the chef guy's name that cooks the food for Sasha.
yeah.
yeah, I know you're
They
talking about
didn't he
the
fall in love with her?
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it was
blonde hair.
yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
great storytelling.
I think the storytelling's great. The characters are even better.
Mm.
Um, fuck, I forgot my point where I was going with this. Oh, I think the impact. Because I'm gonna be Attack on Titan's one of the few animes I think that kind of started the whole trend, at least in America, of like getting people into anime. I think it was the first for
I
many
would. I
people.
mean, if we're talking getting people in anime, I think Demon Slayer is the
Well, this
anime
was
for
back
that.
then
I
when it
would
came
Oh,
out.
okay,
Like
okay.
okay
back in
back
2013, 2014.
back then it was huge. The only mistake they ever made was not putting out season 2 as soon as they did, because I knew it took them like 3 or 4 years to put out season 2, and people were pissed. But if we're talking of like, I think anime got super popular around quarantine when it started. I think before that it was just popular, but I think now it's like skyrocketed in different places. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, I hate to say it because I don't really like this anime, but I think My Hero was one that definitely propelled it into mainstream
Oh my
stuff.
god. We'll get on to My Hero, but I have so much to talk about My Hero. But all right, I guess two outranks ones like
Yeah.
this. We have to put it in S tier.
Majority votes.
Yeah.
This is the one I think you guys are gonna have a lot more to say than me. Black Clover.
S tier.
S
I think
tier?
S tier.
S. You
I
think?
would only argue either back me up or correct me if I'm wrong. I've never experienced such little filler anime than Black
Yeah,
Clover.
I agree, especially because like when they do filler, it usually already ties into the
Exactly.
main story,
The
which not a
only-
lot of people do, or not a lot of animes do.
The only filler that I immediately noticed and got really upset about was Charmy.
Mm,
Like her little backstory.
Yeah.
I skipped those are the only episodes I skipped. Everything else, you can kind of hint that it's spoiler, but it's something you need to know as information going into the
That's
episode.
one
Yeah.
note real quick because I'm very early on the manga for Black Clover. Does she ever get like compelling good? Because
Yes.
all she does is Charmy. She
Charmy?
eats.
Just wait until someone takes away her food.
Yeah, I think I don't want to spoil it, but there's a certain arc where she gets a little more screen time than usual, and she gets fleshed out a little.
I say I don't. I already don't like this dude.
Oh,
Oh,
That
the-
likes his sister.
yeah.
The sister
what's his
complex.
name? I forgot his name.
He wants to kill everybody that talks about his
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah. And his sister's like, I'm gonna marry Austin. He's like, well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna kill
I'm
him.
gonna
kill
hold
him.
Yeah, wait a minute there.
But like, I mean, I could see people saying it be A tier just because of maybe like the first 20 episodes that were
Um,
super
one-
annoying. I must say, one of the worst experiences in my anime life was watching Asta yell in every sentence.
It's not even yell, it's like the stretching out that last word in the yell.
Yeah,
That was super annoying.
but I'm glad they picked up on oh, people don't like this. let's make the voice actor stop.
This is a little over the top.
I think it matched the character, but it was too much.
Yeah,
The new version of the voice actor, like I would argue, is a lot better.
oh, 100%.
It still fits his personality.
Oh yeah,
because he's still super loud.
and I don't want to spoil it too much for Tavian, but I think this, at least once it hit episode 100, was when everything after that was like, I don't see an episode that I don't think is like at least a 9 out of 10.
Is this
Which
before or after Midnight
that
Sun?
episode 100 I think is when Licht invades the kingdom,
That's right.
and then everything after that, the
Is
elves,
That's
that
right.
and then the Spade Kingdom.
Yeah.
the when he fights the Wizard King?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, you
That
showed me that
fight,
one.
that
that
fight was
fight
amazing.
fucking slapped.
I already seen it, and that does look it did look like a
That
good
was
fight.
that was equivalent to like an Itachi fight. It's just it wasn't fair.
Yeah,
The dude was so fast and unbelievably powerful. Like he stood no chance.
yeah.
I think I'd give it an A. I'd give Black Clover an A. I
I
haven't
think
got
it's
to
an
like
S.
I haven't got to the like good parts according to everyone.
What part are you at right now?
He's
In like volume
6. Okay,
It's
5 is
okay. Right now they're fighting in some cave. It's this
Oh,
lady
with
who's
Yami.
obsessed with Asta. Got glasses.
This is where Asta learns about Ki, right?
not Key, but he
Because Yami shows up and he's like, "Oh, I can
Yami
I can
definitely
read her.
shows
no,
up.
I can read her
that's
key."
that's farther into the story.
Oh,
I think he's at the part where, or are you at the part with the Diamond Kingdom? There, did they just go into a dungeon with Luck?
No, I'm way past that. Okay,
No,
so
that was like
they
Oh.
went to
that
like
was
this.
that was one of the yeah that was
They went
Okay.
to this village where the dude's sister is,
everybody got
and
Oh, everybody got
everybody got
kidnapped.
hanging.
Yeah, that's with the ice
Yeah.
dude and.
That's what it is. Yep. I
Okay.
got to that part. They're fighting in the cave against the lady who's like, "I'm gonna, suck you up, Asta," or
Yeah.
some weird shit. Like
Yeah.
really obsessed with his dark anti-magic.
No, they're at the
because he's
part.
the only one with anti magic.
Yeah, I think they're. I think he's at the part where you first meet Lick, because I think Asta.
He shows up.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
up because Lick.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you past that part?
No, they.
Let's
Okay, never
yeah.
mind.
No,
But yeah, he meets Lick.
Okay.
That's yeah.
but that's fine. We can give it S. I'll take your guys'
Okay.
review on it.
Especially, are you caught up on the manga? You have 26
I
and
don't
27. You haven't read it, but
I don't think I've read 27, so I've learned a little bit what happened after the whole demon thing, but 28 I haven't touched.
well, it's so good, and especially because 28 I know is not the most recent, because there's a couple episodes after the manga, because they're going still, and it's really good. Like I've never seen something this good in my life. I love Black Clover.
I think next one might be as dead as it's gonna get for commentary and Bleach. Has anyone you tried it? I think right.
I tried it, didn't like it. Not my cup of tea.
I haven't tried Bleach.
As someone I never watched the full show, but I grew up with a cousin that loved it, so I watched it occasionally. I'll tell you, the fights are cool. The fights are nice, but I don't necessarily care for the plot itself. I'm not a big fan of it. I do think the transformation, they're fucking badass.
From all the people that I talked to about Bleach, I don't think they had anything bad to say about the show.
I think I still think it stands up top with the big.
Yeah, I know
during
it's
its
I know
time.
it's supposed to be really good, but it's just not my thing currently, because I was reading the manga and he was just going around helping the girl kind of slay all the demons and stuff. And I know there's supposed to be getting to the part with, like, what's that guy's name that everybody loves, that villain or something?
Oh, Aizen.
Yeah, and I know that there's like a tournament thing where he fights a bunch of people, but I really don't want to sit around and wait 100 episodes to finally get to the good part where
I will
he
tell
finally
you.
gets introduced into like the Soul Society or whatever.
I think
Sounds like another show that I
I
know
think
about.
Aizen probably one of the best villains I've seen.
Yeah, he's
From what
really
my
cool.
cousin has showed me and what I have read, he seems like he's one of the best villains shonen of all time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in B just out of respect for it.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think anyone else has.
I only hear good about it.
I can't put it in shit. It's not shit. As much
Yeah.
as we don't care to watch it. Blue Exorcist. I've never watched it.
Neither have I.
I watched it. Nothing too crazy. It's just the trope of main character super strong. That's
Yes.
about it. He has a brother who kind of gets overshadowed, but his brother's kind of like the smart one, and he's more like the powerhouse. Honestly, I think it's C tier. There's nothing more I can say about it because I don't remember much. That's how average it was. It was just your everyday shonen.
I think the only thing I know is I think their dad's the devil, right?
I think so. I think yeah.
fucking
Like from if you
Netflix
start
description.
anime, you'll definitely like it. Like, but once you watch more, you kind of realize, oh, this is kind of mid.
Pretty mid. Oh man, part 1 Naruto. I think we all know where at least I'm gonna rank this, but I want to see what your guys is fucking.
Want me to go or you go?
I gotta think a little bit about this.
Okay, I think first season of Naruto is B tier. I
D?
think it's kind of boring. And I think the best part of it was the Chunin exams. I really like the Lee versus Gaara fight. Uh,
Bitch. Everyone likes
well,
that.
yeah,
Everyone
of
loves
course,
those
everybody loves that
fights.
fight. I like when they first get to the Chunin exams and Lee kind of calls out, what was it, Sasuke? Yeah,
and beats his
yeah, that
ass.
was kind of cool. I must say, Lee's a very underrated character.
Lee got a lot of screen time in part 1 and then just got completely overshadowed.
And then they crippled him, and then it
No,
was
that
over.
was Guy.
Yeah.
They crippled Guy.
No,
Oh, wait, no.
they crippled Rock Lee because
Oh, Guy healed.
Gara snapped his arm.
Yeah, there was no
Yeah, but he had
consequence.
to gain that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
And then
didn't
they-
just have his strength all over again.
Yeah, and then they did tell him that even if Tsunade fixes it, he's not gonna ever.
He's got to take
go
a
back
lot
to
of
where he
time for it to
was.
heal.
Yeah. But
I
other than
mean-
that, the other things I remember was like Zabuza arc, which
Yeah,
that was a really
Yeah.
good arc.
I think S.
And
It's
you know
like-
what? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to agree with Jonah on this one. I think it's B, only because other than Shunin and the Zabuza fight, I hated Sasuke retrieval. I could
Oh
not.
my god.
I could not stand it. I hated the fights with the
Sound
the
forest.
team with Choji,
Oh,
Shikamaru,
Team 6. Was it Team 6 or something?
They made like their own team. That's
Team
like this-
Ino, isn't it?
It was.
I think it was Team 6. It was with
they
It was
called it a new team.
Yeah, no,
the
it was-
Sasuke retrieval team.
yeah,
That's
it
what
was
they called
it was Choji,
Choji,
Neji,
Shikamaru, Neji.
and Shikamaru.
and wasn't it also the dog guy?
Ak-
Kiba and
Kiba and
Naruto.
Akamaru.
yeah.
I hated the Choji fight. Neji fight was like the only one that I genuinely enjoyed. Shikamaru
Mhm.
was only good because it was a big outplay.
Yeah.
And then Naruto fought Kimimaru.
Yeah.
That one was kind of shit. I'm gonna be honest
Yeah,
with
it
you.
was. It
Well,
was
It
complete
wasn't until
shit.
Rock Lee showed up and
Yeah.
did the fucking drunken fist that made up for that.
That shit was
But
great.
other than that, during the tuning exam, I remember specifically, I got so fucking mad. 5 episodes. It kept panning
Oh.
back from Sasuke chasing down Gaara, and it kept going back to the Hokage and Orochimaru. Every time it panned back to Orochimaru, they were in the same stance where he's mid-impaling the Hokage with his sword, and then the Hokage did the Reaper Death Seal. For 5 episodes, they were on that same scene until they finally fucking died. And he finally, only his arms got sealed.
Yeah.
I could not stand that part.
And another thing that I feel like it would have been better was during one of the fights with the Choji versus the
Jirobo.
Yeah. I feel like it would have been better if Choji did die, honestly.
I think so too.
I feel like it would have been sadder. It would have been a fight that everybody remembered, but no, he didn't die.
That guy really pissed me off because all his only lines were, "I'm stronger than you. I'm gonna eat your chakra and become stronger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat you." Those are the only things that I recall him saying.
Well, they weren't made to be.
And then when
rememberable.
all of them were together and they got trapped in the big boulder, he's like mid sucking him. He's like, "Haha, I'm taking all your chakra." Like, am I wrong?
This guy has no other lines.
But like those are
be a
the only
tough
things I
fucking way
recall
to
from
cons-
Naruto.
tough play to make this.
Because like after the tune-in, like Jonah said, like, yeah, okay, it's good, but it's nothing amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not
The best part of-
gonna say it's bad.
The best part of the Sasuke retrieval arc was when Naruto and Sasuke kissed on accident when they were falling into the lake.
What?
Yeah, you never seen that?
Yeah.
They fall into the lake and then they come up and accidentally kiss.
Yeah.
During the battle at the
Yeah.
final valley,
Yeah.
I don't.
There's
Wait,
like a
what?
compilation and there's like I guess there's like 4 or 5 times when Naruto and Sasuke kissed throughout the entire
Yeah,
of
no,
Naruto.
there's like a 5-minute compilation of it. It's insane.
But that was another thing. The Sasuke and Naruto. That's like the only highlight of that show.
Yeah.
So I agree with Jonah. I think Naruto is B. But
I'm giving.
I would like listen. Even though it's a B tier, I think they did it the right way. Because you have to learn like Naruto.
Yeah.
They taught you everything. Sharingan, the Byakugan, They didn't show the Rinnegan. They kind of hinted at it towards the end with Pain.
Mhm.
They had to show like all the different clans and their special abilities with the Akamaru's clan, who's the bug guy.
Shino,
Yeah,
the Aburame clan.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they had, they had to explain why certain people from different clans have certain abilities and what their strong suit is and what their weakness. That's just that's how Naruto is as a show.
Yeah, and
Is just explaining who's weak, who's strong, what's their weakness, what isn't.
yeah, which I really appreciate. But like, if we're going off of Shonen's known for like fights and stuff.
Yeah,
There's not many fights are memorable from
yeah.
just
What are you
original Naruto.
about?
From original. Shippuden had
Shippuden-
a lot.
Shippuden's
no,
cool.
no, no, no.
My
I gotta
God.
debunk that, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Okay.
first I'll name some fights you probably forgot about. The Sasuke versus Orochimaru fight.
I
It wasn't very long, but I liked it.
I keep saying this. I'm almost positive I fell asleep during that episode. Not because it was boring, but like I was just on a couple hours of sleep, so I never actually watched that fight.
That fight I thought it wasn't long. It was maybe
okay.
like a few minutes, but I thought it was a good fight considering you're going against I think that
The
the
guy
kind
that
of the
cannot
strongest
die?
villain who can't die. Sasuke put up a hell of a battle.
It was okay.
I don't know. You guys were
Naruto, I didn't shit on
No,
it. I
he
thought
said
that was a
he
great
said
fight.
that one. Yeah, he said that one was really good.
I thought you said
No, he said the Neji fights were the ones that he could remember because they were really good.
I like
He was talking about how he didn't like the Choji fight or the
the Sound 4 fights.
yeah, the Sound 4 fights except for Neji.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would put
Chiba's
part
fight with the guy that was able to like split into two. That one was really annoying because all he did was run.
Dogs of
Yeah, I know, but it's like, dude, they dragged that out pretty bad.
Well, I liked when they I don't know what they call them, but Gara, Mari, and
Samari, yeah,
Kankuro.
Kankuro, yeah.
Kankuro showed up to save them. I liked Gara
That
versus
one was a good turnaround
um
because like they
his
were
name? Kimimaro. I like that fight.
wait, when who fought
And
Kimimaro?
Garo fought.
I remember them fighting.
When was
Yes,
this?
so Rock Lee came in, he helped Naruto out. He was like, "I'll keep fucking Kimimaro busy. Go do it." I think Rock Lee was gonna get like fucking impaled, and then Gaara saves him out of nowhere.
I remember
yeah,
that.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
You're right.
I would actually say I think Garo Naruto's S tier, but I will admit it has a lot of faults. I think it does world building. It does. I think I like characters and development just as good as.
And the aspect of that,
others.
I would give it an S. They did a good job.
I like.
As
if it's like storytelling and like world building, like what Taylor said, S tier. But we're not talking about.
We're talking overall as a show.
like overall.
Those are huge.
Yeah, but then when you think about it,
when we say overall entertainment,
I think they did the best job of our system.
I agree.
Well, if we're doing that, then I give One Piece an S tier. It has amazing world building and storytelling.
It's still they're still building.
Yeah,
I think One Piece is an S tier just off of I'm just now getting into it off the respect it earned, but
overall, I think One Piece is an A. I think it has some faults that make it an A and not an S tier. You can't just say
the fact
story
that it's
building.
1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh no, Naruto definitely has its fault. I agree with Taylor. That fucking Hokage Orochimaru battle, what was it, Konoha Crush Arc? That shit sucked.
Yeah.
Besides the
I will
Naruto and
never
Gaara
forget
fight,
that.
I didn't care about anything else.
I mean, I still think it's B tier. I
will admit though, I did like that they brought the arena.
Oh,
Like,
to
pulled
get
out
the
Coffins.
the
I think that
Hokages
was your
and stuff.
first time
That was
seeing it.
that
That was
yeah.
kind of clean.
That was cool.
After hearing Tavien's argument,
I think
I can respectfully put in an A.
I can't.
I
It's
think
just
A.
when you think of memorable Naruto moments from Naruto,
You think of Rock Lee.
you think
Gaara.
of Rock Lee versus Gaara first, and then second maybe Retrieval Sasuke, but it's not that interesting.
And then other than that, it's just Sasuke
Yeah,
and Naruto.
but when you think of Shippuden, you go, oh, the fight versus Pain, Madara, Itachi, the backstory.
Oh, for sure. I think Shippuden fucking they doubled
It
down on
blows Naruto out of the
characters.
water.
Yep.
I don't know about that. I think Shippuden has more.
But that's
problems.
why I can't give it an A, is because I would rewatch Shippuden, but I wouldn't rewatch Naruto.
It's funny that you say that. I have a friend that wants to get into Naruto, and I watched the first couple of episodes with him. I got so bored.
Yeah.
Because it's one of I already watched it, and it's like I'm realizing like Fuck, like,
There's so I will give it this.
they
It
explained
gets
a
off to a slow
lot.
start because they explain
Oh my
everything.
That's the only reason I
God.
can't give it an A tier is because rewatchability.
True, I'll give you that. It's hard to rewatch because there's so much
Yeah.
internal monologues. Like, he's fucking. You got Shikamaru over here coming up with a fucking essay on how to break this guy's powers down. Like, fuck. Well, I can't get him to go to the right. And he can't go to the left, and he starts fucking thinking
Guess
of
I gotta
shit.
suck his dick.
But I
Yeah.
will. I think Naruto's the most. I like the whole.
I don't
doesn't
think it's
matter
the out of the big three. I don't think it's the
I
most
had
creative.
with their fights. I think.
I argued with my
Mm.
coworker because I hung out with my coworkers. I argued with him. Naruto, creativity wise, I think deserves to be the best because of the
Out
aspect
of-
of the eyes.
Out of the big three, I
Oh
would.
no, maybe not of the big three. I think One Piece has more
Yeah,
variety.
because I would say One Piece.
But with I feel like with Naruto, it's more strategy than power.
Yeah.
At least when you
Well,
until you get to Shippuden.
yeah.
But when in like part one Naruto, like you had 3 fucking Genins beat Zabuza, bro.
Yeah.
Using
yeah.
fucking pure strategy and
Don't forget Haku.
tactics. Well, Haku didn't do shit. I don't think. No,
Oh,
I don't think
actually,
Haku.
she
No,
almost killed
No,
Sasuke.
He.
I mean,
no.
he. Sorry, I
no,
always
this was
forget.
this was before. This was during their fight when he got Kakashi trapped in the little water prison.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like the fact that you could use tactics to outsmart a stronger opponent.
Yeah.
It wasn't just an automatic fucking L because he's stronger than you. I like that aspect of
I
it. I think it
respect
makes the
that.
show interesting.
I will say I would make it A if it was rewatchable. The only thing is that watching it for the first time, Naruto's great.
I think it's the best intro anime.
Yeah.
One of the best.
But going back to rewatch it, it's so boring.
Yeah.
Because after you've experienced everything, you just can't watch the first.
You just gotta watch the fights at that point.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. I'm probably the biggest fan here. By Taylor's art, I think I'm the biggest.
Oh, I only have because Naruto's the
You only
easiest
got
to find.
2 fucking posters, the $35 long
First of
sleeve
all,
tee.
this was a present, okay? And Naruto's like the easiest merch to find.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That's why I tell you, I blew like 550 fucking.
Oh
all those
yeah,
fucking
dude,
flaps.
like dude, collaborations. It feels like they really only
Jonah, I
do
hope
Naruto.
you know, I'm only gonna wear the Naruto primitive shirts. It's
Yeah.
like my nicest shirts I have.
When I think of collabs, no other animes really have good.
I don't know
like,
what it is
name
about
brand
them over
collabs.
at the fucking
Has a
That's
Naruto.
Naruto.
Naruto as champion. They had
Team Liquid.
Team Liquid and Primitive.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It has to be a brand
100
too.
Thieves and Attack on Titan.
I thought
They
all
just-
of
they
it was
just collab.
mid except the jacket.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I would never wear that in public
Yeah.
just because I don't like having esports on my
Oh god, we could
on
talk
my body.
about
Well, the 100 Thieves, or I mean the Team Liquid Naruto collab was kind of fire.
those are kind of
okay.
nice.
Yeah.
The keycap set.
Oh
Mouse
my
pad?
Yeah, that
Dude,
was
That's fucking
sick.
drooling over
heat.
that shit.
I wasn't drooling, dude. I was coming to that.
Oh my god. Okay.
Good
well,
lord.
Don't look under the desk.
All right, well, okay, so let's. I think we can put this in A. I think A.
If we're going,
B.
yeah,
because
Switch it up from A.
No,
B
okay.
To A, so back to B.
you say S. Me and Jonah originally said
Oh,
B.
I think A. I personally, for me, it's an S. It got me in anime, and I can never forget that.
Fuck, my leg's falling asleep.
But it has massive problems with fucking stretching
and
shit
that's why
out.
I'm saying is
I'm sitting
when
back
you
here.
watch more animes, you kind of realize the animes you used to really like are kind of mid. Like I loved Sword Art Online when I first
Oh,
started.
Sword Art Online fucking sucks.
Oh,
It blows.
okay,
But then
si-
when you watch them more, you're kind of like, that kind of.
Since we're on this topic, I wanna reiterate why Attack on Titan is S. I have watched that show, the entire show, a total of 5 times.
Oh yeah,
And to this day, I can still rewatch it from the beginning.
yeah. I really like watching people on YouTube do reactions to it. Like Attack on Titan.
That's a fucking understatement. This dude will literally read the manga, watch the anime, and then have someone rewatch it, and he'll watch it. He just read 2 different versions of it.
But that's when I think something is S tier.
Yeah.
Is when I want to rewatch it and have somebody watch it too, and just me get excited at them
Get their
getting
reaction,
excited.
yeah. Okay, anyways, back on Naruto. Back on
Focus
Naruto.
win.
I
already-
vote B.
I'm putting it in B then.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you?
Shippuden S.
A.
I agree. I
A.
agree.
I guess. I think, dude, honestly, the whole entire Black Zetsu thing fucking ruined Naruto.
Oh.
When he's like, I created literally every moment up until now. I'm like, wow, that just fucking
Okay,
cheapens
but
the
like,
entire plot.
okay, my friend said the exact same thing, and the whole like Kaguya alien thing.
That was fucking
That
trash.
was
garbage.
what 40 episodes
Yeah.
of a 500 episode series. You're gonna let 50 episodes ruin your experience?
Well, I could say the same for part one. How you are gonna let 4 episodes of standing around ruin the whole thing for you?
Oh, it was more than that, buddy.
No,
No, it
It was
wasn't.
way more than that.
Naruto has so much that's just so boring
Yeah.
that
The whole they spent like 10 episodes of just them running through the forest chasing after Sasuke.
yeah.
And Neji constantly checking with his Byakugan to see if people are nearby. For 7 episodes. That's all they did.
I think
Eh,
Shippuden has more. I think some problems with it.
I think it has some problems, but I still think it's S
Every
tier
show has
based off
problems.
of how much um impact it's had on the anime community. Nobody ever says anything bad
Oh,
about Shippuden.
That's not true. A lot
Filler.
of people say bad shit.
Filler.
Yeah, filler. That's the one thing.
The filler is fucking a true.
Yeah, when-
That's something I can look past because you know what? There are so many places you can find a filler list.
Yeah.
And you guys gave me shit all the time. Because I always complained about the filler, and you guys are just, look it up, look it up, look it up.
Yeah, but you have to take that. Yeah, I do have to take it into consideration. It's not like One Piece where I think it's only like 20% filler.
Yeah.
Half of it's filler.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
you know
lot.
what? I will admit some of the fillers actually kind of nice in Shippuden.
I think the only filler that's nice is backstories. And there was only one
I
I liked.
liked-
I liked the one where they introduced the girl with the crystal.
Mm.
They had like her backstory with some girl in the Three Tails.
I really liked Naruto's wedding. I think that was really, even though it was filler.
I think everyone liked it.
Was that filler?
Yeah, it was filler.
I don't. Was though.
It was.
got
It was
kinda-
half canon.
I got
half
kind of
filler.
mad because
Oh.
I went to go, I skipped to the end of it. I thought they were actually going to have the ceremony. But the show literally ended them, holding their hands and being like, let's do
Yeah.
this.
Did you watch the
Oof.
last?
I did.
Didn't?
I skimmed through it. I didn't watch it.
How'd you like the last?
Okay.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was very like.
It was
fight
nothing
heavy.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, Naruto and Hinata got married.
I
who
mean,
would've
I
saw
thought
that
it was kind of
coming?
special when he asked what's his name to be his kind of like father figure for,
Iruka.
yeah, when he asked him to be the father figure
That
for the
was-
wedding.
That was-
I thought that was sweet,
that was
dude.
heavy.
Like, yeah, like after everything he's
I
been
hon-
through with Naruto, I thought it was sweet. And
Maybe just because I wanted to get back to just watching normal Naruto after the Kaguya fight, but I actually liked everything after that. I
Mm.
liked even seeing Sasuke's journey. He was just walking through, or he was just wandering, and I guess the one with the eyes that could blood or something. I don't know
I
if you watched that because
I watched half of it and then I found out it was filler, so I skipped it.
was it filler?
But I know what you're talking about. It's a it starts with a K, doesn't it?
I don't remember.
It's so insignificant. Not even I know.
Well, I forget if this was filler or not, but it was the they were introducing some of the people from Sasuke's clan, and it was the one younger kid who was supposed to be the prodigy who had like his eyes and he had like a bunch of special powers, like he could teleport and stuff.
Oh, Shisui?
Yes.
Oh, I
was that
fucking-
filler?
Who the
Well, I think it was filler, but I mean that was backstory. I think
Mm.
I don't think the
Hisui
backstory is
was
filler.
Uchiha,
though.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Shisui the teleporter?
Yeah. He
The
Oh.
one ranked like
yeah. He honestly, if he was in the show, this show would have been Omega S tier. He was the coolest fucking character that they ever introduced, and then they were just like, nah, he's gone.
Well,
I-
didn't
Danzo, I think out
Yeah.
had like some
yeah.
and the dude was like, well fuck, I'm basically
Well, no, because
useless.
he was. That's how Itachi obtained his
Hmm.
Mangekyo, isn't it? I can't remember if he killed him or Shisui ended up just killing himself.
Shisui killed himself, but
Yeah.
he gave Itachi his eye beforehand.
Yeah. Just so because he told him to hide it from.
No, but Itachi already had his Mangekyo. I think
Yeah,
he
he
unlocked the
did.
shit at like 7. He got that
Really?
shit hell. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
I
Well,
think
we're talking about spoilers, but like, they show in his backstory, him and his like little free ninja group were walking. I think Obito killed one of his friends just for no fucking reason.
Bro,
Dude just
Obito's
came
a
out the-
menace.
This dude came out the fucking bushes and slashed him in half, and I think that's when he unlocked his
Oh, okay.
Mangekyo. Fucking weird.
But I think it was the whole story was like Shisui was the youngest Uchiha to like unlock his eyes or something,
So
and then he just had like so much potential with everything he did.
I mean, he had literally the strongest Genji.
Yeah.
Better than
Sasuke-
Itachi's.
Yeah, literally controls you like without you.
Yeah.
Like at least
And-
Itachi's, you know you're in a Genjutsu. You don't realize you're in a Genjutsu.
But I think if he was a character, like if they made him a villain, even
They
that
should
would have
have
been
brought him back
great.
for the war arc. I think
Yeah,
him
Like a
and Itachi would have
reanimation.
fucked shit up.
yeah.
I would have liked them together more than Itachi and Nagato.
I mean,
I still like that fight though with
that was a
Killer Bee
cool.
and Naruto.
That was a cool fight,
Yeah, it was
but
cool.
Also, they got their asses kicked by
Who was
Nagato.
who was Killer Bee's partner or something?
It was the
Is the other guy?
the Kage.
Hawk. A. His name's
Yeah,
just A.
that was I don't know. Killer Bee was pretty cool though.
I liked Killer Bee a lot. I actually think he's
He
one of my favorite
Yeah.
characters.
he bugged me at first.
Him rapping while
Yeah.
Sasuke
Yeah.
trying to fucking
I did the one part that really bugged me during that fight when Sasuke tried killing him is he stopped mid fight to write down a lyric. And fucking Sasuke just respectfully stood there. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
I think it was more just like that's how unthreatened he felt by Sasuke, that he could just stop mid
I
fight and be
fucking
like,
liked
yeah.
it. Bro, nah, don't let your creativity get thrown out the fucking window by this asshole. Fucking asshole
Bro,
Chia.
fighting is temporary, but your rap career is forever.
Your rap status is fucking forever. It's immortal, bro. It lives beyond you. um,
But it's like
I
the
think I
thing.
talked to Taylor about this. I think the war arc I think if the war arc was revamped, if you redid it and added more characters like Shisui, I think adding Fugaku,
Yeah,
Sasuke and Itachi's dad,
and I
having them
think
fight,
adding more deaths would have
adding
been
more
better.
deaths would have made it
Because
so
it was
much
like a
better.
major fight with like Madara and all
I
them,
think
and
me
like
and
Bro.
I think me and Tavian talked about it.
He did.
The only major death in the war arc was Neji.
That was
yeah.
it.
And why they gotta do Neji like that, bro?
Okay, so-
like take out the motherfucker with the dog.
Like,
Come on.
I'm trying to figure out. So you have Madara versus the 5 Kage. He fucking bodies.
But
And
doesn't
he shows
kill.
up to the he shows up to the battlefield where Naruto and Obito are, and Naruto's like, "What the fuck you do with the Kages?" Like, I beat their ass. Why are they still alive?
Yeah.
Why would he leave them alive? He has no reason to. It's
Oh,
so
but then
fucking-
Neji comes around and he's like, nah.
I
He's
can't
dead.
save this.
I couldn't fucking palm
It just
rotation this.
so happened that Tsunade and Sakura used up
My
all
power
their
to literally
chakra.
deflect attacks. I couldn't.
No.
Deflect it.
You know what was funny? It was
Sakura reviving a fish?
because Sakura ran out of chakra. Tsunade barely had any chakra, and then who was the other healer that was the assistant to Tsunade?
Shizune.
Yeah.
She had no chakra, but miraculously, when Naruto died, she had chakra to keep his heart going.
Did she use the
Power
100
love, baby.
healing? Did she use the 100 healings jutsu then?
She been using it though, like
Yeah.
that whole time with
I
Madara.
I know she like stores chakra in her fucking forehead, like vision or some shit. She looks.
That's okay. That's one thing that
we
really.
talk about her forehead? Jesus Christ. That bitch got a 6 head. That's not a 4 head.
Hold on. That's one thing that really pissed me off with both of them when they did activate the 100 healings. The first thing they did was run in head first and get stabbed.
At least
It's
Tsunade
like,
getting.
dude. It's like, dude,
At least
really?
Tsunade getting stabbed looked cool because she had a fucking Susano blade through her
Yeah,
stomach. But Sakura got
Sakura,
stabbed by a
she's
little
like,
fucking
oh yeah,
rod.
I have the 100 healings too. Like, what was the point of that?
Shizune was cool though. I mean,
I
think
loved her pig.
yeah.
the pig was kind of funny.
But here's the problem that I had with Naruto. Naruto does all the boring stuff first, then does the fight. I think what Shippuden does was they would do a fight and then they would do the boring stuff, which didn't make the boring stuff as boring. You know?
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah,
You got a point.
I guess I have to do change. I do have to give it S just off of the impact it had on me alone. I mean, I'm a fucking weeb thanks to that goddamn show. The reason I'm still a fucking virgin is thanks to this fucking shit.
And that's the reason? Is one
Yeah,
anime.
yeah. Blame Shippuden.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I did that. Like that's not the reason why I'm a virgin. But okay.
Well, like when you think about it, we just talked about Shippuden 2 times longer than we did Naruto.
I still have shit to say about Shippuden.
Yeah, I do too.
I do think, I will admit, I think Shippuden is some of the most memorable fights in anime history, period.
And it has the coldest scene when Sasuke.
think-
Wait, was this Shippuden or was this Naruto? When Sasuke pulls up to the Kage meeting, standing on the
That
ceiling.
was Shippuden.
That's Shippuden.
Shippuden, that's one of the
The
coolest
5 Kage
scenes.
I
Summit.
think Naruto is some of
Yeah.
the best entrances in anime. When Minato showed up and
Yeah.
teleported the Bijudama away to like the fucking ocean,
Yeah.
that was sick. When the Hokage showed up, that whole fucking
Yeah, bro, Minato was so cool.
Minato was fucking. Minato, Shisui were like from some of the 2 most underrated
Yeah.
Not underrated. Everyone loves them, but I think I wish they had.
In
more.
They should
general-
have got more screen time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In general, I don't think any of the Naruto characters are underrated, but just Naruto as a whole, they were pretty underrated.
No, I think Kimimaro is underrated.
Yeah.
He's fucking. Even Orochimaru was like, if I had that motherfucker, I would
Yeah.
have kicked your ass. I would have kicked your ass easily, old
And-
man.
What was the problem? He had like a cancer, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had some disease, dude. But dude is fucking strong.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
strong as
He
fuck.
made an entire fucking forest out of like bones.
Yeah.
You could impale anything. I fucking loved him.
I think when people say favorite character from Naruto, they instantly either think of Naruto, Sasuke, one of the
Itachi.
major villains like Itachi, Madara, Pain, or
I think.
you know, I don't think Obito's as popular.
I
No.
think he's not as popular, but I feel like the people who do like him are very fucking devoted.
Yeah,
They're
or
the
it's
most like that.
Kakashi, Tsunade, or Jiraiya. I
Who
think
fuck likes
a lot of people. Yeah, I like Tsunade
like
a
her
lot.
breast. Shut up.
Exactly.
I think she was a good Hokage though.
I think she was a
She was
a
funny.
decent.
I loved her. I love the attitude she had when she got angry.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was hilarious.
Oh, I
She-
like her as a character. I just didn't
Yeah.
care for her as a.
The only
Kage.
reason I think she was a good Hokage, not because she was strong, because she definitely
Oh,
wasn't the
Fuck,
strongest,
bro.
but
Hold on, we skipped over one of the I think one of the best fights in Naruto Part 1 when Orochimaru, Pain. Why? Okay, Jiraiya and Tsunade all fought
That's right.
in the three-way
With
battle.
Orochimaru
And fucking Naruto finally gave that fucking
Kabuto.
loser Kabuto
Uh,
Pain fucking medicine, bro.
dude, Kabuto should have gotten clapped a long time ago. I'm sorry, I had to be the one to
How do
say
we
it. I
forget
hate
Dude,
that?
he
Kabuto.
bugged the fuck out of me.
I
Yeah.
actually really love that arc. I actually like the Tsunade. I don't know what they called it, but when they went to go get Tsunade, I actually
I
really
like
liked
that
arc.
too. Like, cause yeah, no, that
I think it was
fun to
something
watch.
like the Three Heroes arc or something, because they got
was something like
Jiraiya,
that.
Tsunade, and then like who else was
I
it?
liked seeing the summonings. I liked Naruto finally learning the fucking Rasengan.
Oh yeah, that was.
I
so-
hated the training for it. It was really irritating.
Yeah.
It was boring. He was just him fucking hitting a tree with the Rasengan.
Oh, you know what? Another thing of why I say Naruto Shippuden is S tier is because I think I heard this somewhere was every fight is animated by a different studio, and you can see it, especially in the Pain fight. The Pain was animated by the same one as One Punch Man, and that's why everything was so like when he would break like the ground, it would break into little bricks going
Yeah.
up and stuff.
I heard the squares like that when they break ground and shit, and it's all square. Apparently, that's like high level animation.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but I actually like the animation. I understand it's not for everyone,
No,
but if
yeah.
you think about it, it kind of makes sense. It's a fucking corpse going up against a Jinchuriki, like turning into the fucking tailed beast.
Yeah. Which I still think he put up a pretty good fight against
Oh, I think Pain-
Naruto
I
almost
don't-
at full form.
I don't think at any point Naruto was stronger than Pain.
No, 100%
wasn't.
not. I think when he turned into the Nine Tails, he was stronger. But before that, Pain 100% clapped him, no matter what,
That's-
like Sage mode and
That's
all
another
that.
thing that people don't. Everyone thinks just because Pain said, "Oh, if you knew my secret, Jiraiya would have beat me." I don't fucking believe that.
No.
He never went all out. He
Yeah.
couldn't. He would have fucking destroyed his own village.
I think honestly, okay, this is a hot take, but I think if Pain had all the paths with him, I think he still would have beaten the Nine Tails if he had all the paths with him.
I don't.
Really?
He's only fighting half the Nine Tails. It wasn't even the full fucking Nine Tails.
Yeah, maybe not the full, but like what he fought with Naruto, I think he
Oh,
would have bodied that
no.
and maybe pushed Naruto to the Nine Tails.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think once Naruto went to Nine Tails form, he's beating him.
Yeah.
The only reason Naruto fucking beat him was he got I don't know. Did Minato give him an amp? Little boost?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. He just went back in the Sage mode after the planetary devastation. They
Yeah.
fought, and he had to use like a bajillion fucking clones to withstand the
Yeah.
push.
Almighty push.
We've been talking this for a long time. I'll give it
Yeah.
S.
Let's just give it an S and stop it there.
I still think
Yeah, there's so much
I
more to
still
talk
think
about.
part
but-
one
Yeah.
Boruto. I think I'm the only one that seen it.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the first like 50 episodes and then I just
I'll
dropped it.
speak- I'm gonna talk to you. Like I want to like talk to you about because I know you might not or might want to watch it. Like Naruto, it is in the same boat as Shippuden. If you skip filler, I think it's decent, but I don't think it ever hits the same highs as Shippuden or
Mm-mm.
even Part 1.
I will say,
But it is nice, bro. Anytime Naruto and Sasuke are fighting, it's honestly I think the fights in terms of animation go better than anything in the other two.
The couple
fucking
fights
go
you did
crazy.
show me, like the show does look like a slap. far as fight.
Yeah, but
fight
when you
scenes-
think about it, it's just because Boruto is really new and there's a lot more technology than there was when Shippuden and regular Naruto came out.
I could care less about any of the descendants.
Yeah.
I think
I only want to see Naruto and all like the group that he grew up with. I could care less about any of the kids, how they grew up, their backstory.
I think you might like Kawaki a lot.
Kawaki's pretty cool.
He's about the only like character who's like genuinely.
He's like Sasuke, but like he's not as edgy, but he's really cool because he's not as edgy.
I'd say he's like Sasuke, Naruto if they kind of mix.
If they had a baby.
Yeah, quite literally. Like he has the blonde and black hair. His sides are blonde.
Where does he get the blonde? He's married to Sakura, isn't he?
Who?
Sakura? Are they not married?
What the fuck are you talking?
Sasuke?
Sasuke? Or
it's not their kid.
Oh,
he's none of their kids.
No, he's a yeah.
Is he the one that got genetically made in Orochimaru's lab?
No, that's me. He's kind of no. His powers are kind of cool, but he's just like Boruto is my son and I am the moon. Like really weird with Boruto.
Yeah. No, but he's Kawaki is like he has kind of like a buzz cut or like on the sides and backs that are black, and then his top is yellow.
Oh, okay. No, it's opposite.
Is it the opposite?
He's got the same hairstyle, but the colors are reversed.
Oh, okay.
But he's genuinely cool. I think his fight with Garo, in my opinion, is actually my favorite fight over any Naruto Sasuke one, just because the animation went crazy and you didn't see it coming.
Yeah, but I must say, like, the fight scenes are great, but everything else is kind of bad. They kind of built that world a little bad.
Not as good.
I saw a video the other day, and even though I didn't watch Boruto, I feel like it speaks for a lot of people. Had they just ended the show after Naruto becoming Hokage, that would have been great. Instead of making a whole show about kids.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of Boruto Next Generation, where like it's the next generation of Naruto and like it's their kids and offspring and stuff. But I think they executed it poorly. Like they did Rock Lee's kids so bad.
He's basically just Rock Lee, but if he has social anxiety.
Yeah, he can't fight with people watching.
He can't fight when people are watching.
So like if there's a war going on, he may be the strongest, but he's not doing shit. He's gonna be crumbling.
I will admit there's some filler I actually like a lot in Boruto. I still like the Kakashi guy. Go to the fucking They go to the village where what is it? Takeout Paradise.
Yeah.
The book Kakashi reads is made. They make a movie. Goes to the village where it was filmed. That was kind of wholesome.
That's another underrated character, Guy. I think Guy's really underrated.
Underrates Guy.
Dude, when people say favorite character, nobody says Guy.
Nobody.
Oh well, I just talking about like everyone.
But everybody loves Guy.
Everyone loves 8 Gates Guy. I can't tell you how many fucking AMVs I see of him versus Madara. Which, by the way, I'm sorry, he's not as strong as you think. Madara would have clapped the hell out of him if it wasn't for Minato. Everyone's like
he's still strong though. He's not Madara level, but like.
But he's still probably solo like most of the.
Yeah.
Form most.
Honestly debatable. Wait, who do you think is stronger, Itachi or Madara?
Madara.
I think it's Itachi, but.
Like he gets you in a Genjutsu.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
But Madara's the leader of the. He knows about all about them.
Oh.
He'd know.
Tsunade was the leader of the Hidden Leaf Village. She was the Hokage. Yeah, she wasn't the most powerful, obviously.
Was for a little while.
Like, let's be honest. He can I'm not gonna argue Madara can break out of Itachi's Genjutsu, but he can just keep doing it to the point where knowing how Naruto would twist it,
but like
it would be another form of it's either Izanami or Izanagi, where you're just in an infinite loop with yourself and the only way to break out of it.
That's what he used against Hashirama. That's how he survived the fight.
Huh?
He used Izanagi, the one to reverse his death.
Oh, Izanami is the one where you're caught in an infinite Genjutsu, and the only way to get out of it is to find your true self.
I don't think he'd get caught that easily. I actually think he's smarter than Itachi. I would.
He may be smarter, but I don't think he's more powerful.
What the fuck? He has a perfect Susanoo. It can chop mountains in half. What is Itachi doing?
I mean, I feel like if Itachi was alive longer, he would have the same.
Yeah.
No, because he has a Tosca blade.
I was gonna say he also had that blade that fucking seals.
Yeah.
The one that you told me came out of nowhere.
Madara with the Rinnegan? I don't think any form Madara is beating him. Maybe Child Naruto can get fucking Madara can get beat by Itachi. And then he has the Nine Tails when he was alive. Imagine fighting a perfect Susanoo and the Nine Tails at once, both at full power.
I think if Itachi was alive, I think he could do it. Like if he had time to flesh out more. I mean, I think current Sasuke could beat Madara.
Yeah, current Sasuke. Well, first off, Sasuke once he gets a Rinnegan is probably as strong as. He's not stronger than the Madara with the 10 tails, but
like when you think about it, Sasuke had time to grow up.
All
and
you
learn
all
more
you
stuff.
do is praise about how brilliant Itachi is, and now you're just you're just shitting on him.
No, I think he's when it comes to battle IQ, he might be the smartest character, but you're gonna put him against Madara. Madara just has too much fucking power. What are you gonna do? What if Madara summons 20 wood clones and gives them all Susanoo? What is Itachi doing? The only one that can fight is reanimated because he's fucking. The other ones are sick.
Isn't Itachi the only one that can proc Tsukiyomi?
What?
Isn't that what the jutsu's called?
Tsukiyomi?
Yeah,
that's his.
Remember.
He's the only one. He's the only one that
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
That's how he wins.
I don't think that's how it works, though.
Okay, actually, let's just
No,
get through
no,
Boruto right
no,
now because
no.
we went back
No,
to
yeah,
Shippuden.
no,
we're
'cause-
back on Shippuden.
no,
I don't know why
because-
we're back on Shippuden.
No, because I remember a part we're saying there is something with the eyes. If you have a stronger eye, you can't get caught in. And Itachi doesn't have. Madara does, but I don't think that works on it. But then again,
Is that how that works?
I don't know because they say that's how normal Genjutsu works. Like if he has a Sharingan, and the Genjutsu, it doesn't work because his eye is stronger. You can see through it. But I don't fucking know because that's a fucking Mangekyo ability, special. So I don't really know.
I feel like Madara would have had there actually been a fight. I feel like Madara's ego would have been too high.
Yeah,
I don't
Let's
think
be
so. I
because
think
Madara was the older brother, right? He was the older of the
brother.
three.
Yeah.
I think
Ego plays a lot.
yeah, I think Madara has
Itachi
a
was
huge
very
lead.
humble as a person.
Yeah, I think Madara would kind of like
I don't
think Itachi's not as powerful. And
Power wise, if we're talking straight power, Madara.
Well,
Or if we're talking overall, I feel like Itachi would win.
Yeah,
Because but what in Itachi's arsenal besides his Genjutsu?
I'm gonna
is more
tell you.
powerful
I'm
than
gonna
Madara's?
tell you what you told me about Sasuke because I thought Sasuke was the strongest, and you told me this specifically. It doesn't matter how strong you are when you're just throwing shit out. That's how you lose.
Yeah.
So I feel like,
But Madara's
because
not.
watching Madara, that's essentially what he did because he knew he was that strong. He can just throw shit out and thinking of no consequence.
by the way, this is hard. I like this. Just looking at it,
Thank
I
you.
keep looking at it.
Yeah, I
I'm
keep
like,
looking at it too. I don't know. I think you guys are downplaying his intelligence, though. I don't think he would see. He's gonna see his Mangekyo and be like, okay, well, yeah, I could just fucking, chop him in half. with my Susanoo."
Everybody sees Itachi's Mangekyo and they try and avoid it, but they always end up getting caught.
It's not about trying to avoid it. He's gonna know to take him. Because as a new Uchiha, who fucking knows better than how strong they are than him? He's gonna know this dude's fucking real deal to get that shit.
I mean, if you want to argue that about having knowledge, look at the Kabuto fight. Kabuto literally did research on anybody, and he researched everything. So he knew every information about the Uchiha, everything about Orochimaru, anybody but with any clans he knew about, and he still lost to Itachi.
Mhm.
Now,
No.
granted,
To be fair,
he's pretty weak.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
He didn't know Itachi had the fucking. I don't think he knew that he had the Genjutsu, the Kodo Matsukami.
What?
He had a Kodo Matsukami from Shisui because he gave him his eye. Remember, that's when the crow came out of Naruto's mouth. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Oh,
He didn't know he had that.
Yeah.
But I think it would be. I think it would definitely be the most interesting versus battle that you can come
Yeah,
up
that's
with.
why it's a hot take. Because honestly, people
just-
can argue either way, Madara or Itachi.
Because Madara fought against Hashirama, and I'm sorry, but I think Hashirama claps the fuck out of Itachi. He claps those cheeks hard.
They
The
fought.
fuck is Itachi gonna do against
Did they fight?
1,000 Madara and Hashirama?
No, Hashirama and Itachi.
Oh,
You just said they fought.
oh, did I? No, I meant Madara, but like,
Oh,
I just don't see what he's gonna do. I don't know.
All right, back to Boruto. It's
Yeah, let's move-
mid. It's
Look,
C
if we
tier.
want to
Look,
come back to
no,
Shippuden, we can,
no,
but we need to
look.
get through the rest of this list.
If we're gonna do what we did for Shippuden and skip filler, I think it is easily a B. I don't
I'll
think
take
it's A or
I don't
I'll
S.
think-
take Tavian's word on this one.
I think it's a B.
I don't think
actually
it's same tier
believe
as
that
Naruto. If you're gonna put it B tier, then I would agree to put Naruto up.
I actually, as this is a controversy. I actually like that he hates Naruto because it kind of makes sense. You think about it from your perspective. Your dad's an important figure. He's literally never home. He doesn't go to your fucking birthday or your little sister's.
Oh, so you're just talking about my regular life.
Let me talk to the other guy. Fuck, never mind. Never mind. Okay. But imagine it. Like, just imagine. I could envision myself not liking my dad either if that was the same case. So I can't get on him
What
for
are we talking about? Boruto?
Boruto.
Okay.
Everyone hates him because he hates Naruto because Naruto's never fucking there. He's always working. And
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I know, but look, let's be honest. Do you think a fucking 13-year-old child's like, yeah, of course, dad, work over family, of course. No, he's a fucking 13-year-old. He's fucking stupid. He wants to see his dad. I can't be mad at him for that. It seems like a pretty normal, like, human thing. And he
Yeah.
doesn't understand the importance of the job.
By
That's
the
why
way,
I like his character development.
real quick, we should order some pizza because I feel like we can go on this episode a while.
Honestly, we could talk for a fucking hour. I wanted to work out though. I don't really.
No,
to
you're
eat
not working
pizza.
out. Today's your off day.
Taylor's gonna work out with me though.
We'll see how I feel.
Take some
Let's finish
freeze.
this. Finish this
Taylor,
list.
Taylor, get some pizza.
Look, I'm gonna put it in B, but I still think you should watch Boruto because I think the Naruto and Sasuke fights are honestly cooler than what they do in Shippuden, with the exception of a few.
I think you have to move Naruto up to A tier if you're putting Boruto at B tier. I don't think they stand on the
Well,
same
I
level.
thought Naruto should have been A tier, but if we're going just off canon, I don't think Boruto's that bad. It's just the filler is horrible because it's like 100 episodes out of like the 80 are filler.
Yeah,
I'm
but we're
gonna
going off
I'm gonna
of
bring this up
everything.
again. If we're talking canon, I'm going off assumption here. Canon is mainly about Boruto growing up. I said this, and I'm gonna say it again. I could care less about any of the kids. My main focus in Boruto is watching Naruto, Sasuke, and everybody else, other than the kids.
We're okay. Again, we're talking about everything, Tavien. If we're talking just canon, Naruto is probably A, maybe S.
Yeah,
But
if we're talking
everything as a whole, Naruto's a B, and I think Boruto's a C. Probably better than Blue Exorcist. Blue Exorcist.
We're
Well,
putting
just-
that in butt cheeks.
Okay.
We're putting that in the ass.
These next two I can't talk about. I've never seen Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z.
Neither
I
neither
think
have
Dragon
I.
Ball Z is honestly an S tier. I know that I know you're not a big Dragon Ball fan.
It's not that I'm not a big fan. I'm just
I
was
do.
Never...
Okay, I will say this. I have a couple friends that have completely watched Dragon Ball. They say that it's their like top anime.
I think Dragon Ball, just on impact alone, is S.
Okay.
I mean, there's no
like the original Dragon Ball's not there.
I will.
Right?
fuck. No, I'm
if
sorry.
I'm
The
gonna
original Dragon Ball is like a B.
if
Yeah.
I'm
Shit's
gonna
boring.
if I'm gonna rank this off of popularity, I would argue Dragon Ball's an S.
I think Dragon Ball
Just because I haven't watched the show.
What is it? Is it Z and then Super?
Super. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's C. I don't think Super is that good. I
Yeah.
think Dragon Ball Z is
I heard-
arguably one of the greatest
yeah.
animes of all time. I think the fight scenes are fucking great. The characters are great. I fucking love Team Gohan.
I mean, just hearing about Super Taylor, from what I heard from people who watch Dragon Ball, Super, they're no longer Dragon Balls. The balls could be like literal planets and stuff.
The Mega Dragon
I don't know
Balls,
any.
they're
I don't know
Mega
anything.
Shenron.
Listen, I don't know anything about Dragon Ball except for what is it? Super Saiyan forms.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know about Dragon Ball.
I think the Super Saiyans are one of the. I think
I
Goku-
did hear sometimes when they're like upping their level of Super Saiyan, it takes like a whole entire episode of them forming.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally just them screaming.
Yeah.
And it's just them screaming for like 20 fucking minutes straight. I'm like, it's so annoying. It has that problem where it draws out a lot of fights from screaming, and there is little to no strategy. It is literally quite literally
It's
just
just
throw out
who's
your
stronger.
strongest move and whoever's stronger.
I could see that like being fun to watch.
But I would
Oh, it
agree.
is.
I think it's S tier.
I think its storytelling isn't anything amazing. I don't think it's that crazy. It's just our characters fighting a stronger villain every time. This time the Earth is in danger. Now it's the fucking galaxy. Now it's the universe. And it's just they just keep escalating the danger. It's not that good. What are you
You order it. Domino's?
I'm
Sure.
gonna put Dragon Ball Z in S tier. I think C is fucking trash. The only good characters are Beerus, Whis, and fucking. That's about it. They made every character in Z that was cool. Fucking really buying pizza.
Yes.
Okay.
But I will say, like, even though I've never seen Dragon Ball Z,
I'm all,
I can say just seeing pictures or just videos of like stuff is really cool. Like seeing Trunks. I think Trunks is really fucking cool.
I think
Isn't he like a time traveler?
yeah, Trunks travels back in time because the timeline he's in gets destroyed by fucking android, and it's fucking metal. Like they kill off main characters in this timeline.
Yeah.
Fucking Gohan dies right in front of his eyes.
Isn't that's the whole thing with Dragon Balls, isn't it? Like, oh wait, we're not doing spoilers, right?
We've already
not
spoiled the
no
fuck out of
manga
Naruto.
spoilers.
We
Oh
already
no, manga spoilers. Okay,
Yeah.
then
Dragon Ball Z's been out for like
yeah, it's
fucking
been
10,
done.
15 years now.
I think what they do with the Dragon Balls at the end, Taylor, is they use it to revive all the people that died during the journey
Yeah.
instead of their original thing. I forget what the original wish was for the Dragon Balls, but
Fuck,
they
I
ended
can't
up using
remember.
it to revive like Gohan and all them.
Yeah.
And then I guess the same thing happens in like the first part of Super. They again use the Dragon Balls to revive everybody who died.
I just don't like Super. All the cool characters they built up, fucking Piccolo, Teen Gohan,
Yeah.
they're all ass. They're garbage. They fucking used them to wipe their cum with. It's fucking horrible what they did to them.
Oh,
It's a
God.
downright fucking atrocity.
Yeah.
But let's get on the next one. Death Note.
Death Note's
S
S tier.
tier.
100% S tier.
No argument.
Yeah, from
I-
storytelling to everything, Death Note does
This
everything
is
amazing.
just a personal opinion. I think it's A because it just the only thing I had to complain is look at.
Well, that's
Look,
just
what do you
because
mean look at?
I
Like,
think he means animation wise because
The
it's so
animation,
old.
the animation's
Yeah.
okay, but the colors itself, it's so
It is
fucking
no,
bland.
yeah, it is.
But it has to be
bland.
bland because
But
it's
it fits it. But it's
Yeah.
just as I said, it's a personal thing. I still think it's
Okay.
one of the best animes of all time. Another one great for getting into
yeah.
if you're a beginner. I
Is
just
that the first one
personally-
you watched, Taylor, or was Attack on Titan just the?
If you want to be real, like if you want to be like completed
think Death
series,
Note
Attack on
was-
Titan. No,
Oh really?
Great Pretender was my first completed. It's a Netflix original.
That's fuck.
But if we're talking like very very first anime, Beastars.
Oh, okay.
My friend
Ooh.
was having a movie
Hey, listen.
was a watch night, and I'm like, I'll tag along.
Listen, before you say ew, Beastars was actually a really good show.
I stopped after the wolf was like, or the bunny was ready to be raped by the fucking wolf. I stopped.
The fuck?
I'm serious.
If
They
They
you-
were
if
in
you
a
think
room.
about
They
the
were in a
plot-
room alone, and she like started stripping down, and she goes, "Do whatever you want to me. I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
I don't
because
care if you hurt me."
She got paid to do that, Tavien, and
I can't remember.
she was
There's
kind
like
of just it was mostly just the because they're in the entire show they're split up into two groups, and it's like the people who eat meat and the people who don't.
clearly Zootopia.
Yeah,
It's
but it
so
came out
funny.
before Zootopia. But the thing is she was used to the people who ate meat to come have sex with her because they wanted to get like the experience of what it was like being with like the opposite group, because it's very segregated in that show where people after the death of the first character, I forgot what his name was, they're all like really scared of the predators. So it kind of gets a little like I guess racial, but
Yeah. I could
uh,
definitely see how they get into the talking
gets-
about racial topics.
yeah, it gets really good.
Why are we talking about Beastars?
I don't know.
Because Taylor said it was one of the first, and
Oh,
you said
yeah.
ew, and I was like, I'm honestly the first season was really good. Second season was
I
kind of mid.
just, maybe I preemptively judged it because it's like basically furry shit. I
Yeah.
don't care to watch it. It looks fucking boring. I just know apparently there's a mob in there. The
Yeah,
wolf gets fucking entangled in some mob shit.
yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one. I don't want to talk about this furry shit. Full Metal Alchemist,
Full Metal Alchemist
S tier.
B tier, but Brotherhood is S tier
Oh,
because there is
we're
two.
talking about Brotherhood.
Yeah, when people talk about Full Metal Alchemist, they say just skip Full Metal Alchemist, just go to Brotherhood.
Really?
Brotherhood is so fucking good. I think it's the top rated anime like ever. I think maybe Berserk is number one
I realize
actually.
we just spent an hour and we're not even halfway through this fucking one.
That's. I mean, in all honesty, the rest of these shows, there's not much
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
talk
be
about.
honest.
I know because we
Jonah-
talked about it before. There was like 3 shows that we picked out that we knew we were gonna talk about for a
Yeah.
while. So
The rest I could talk about, but honestly, some of them I could talk about for a while, but some of them I can just be like, yeah, that shit's boy. But Brotherhood's really good. Yeah, there's nothing more I could say about it. It's a near perfect show, in all honesty.
That's what I've heard. I've never seen it. I don't think I will.
Yeah.
But I've heard that it has some of the best storytelling in all of anime.
Yeah.
Like just period. Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale,
Never seen
butt
it.
cheeks. I'm sorry, I don't like Fairy Tale.
Butt cheeks are literal shit.
It's not literal shit. I can see how some people like it. It's definitely catered towards a certain audience, and I'm not that audience at all. Um,
What the fuck audience is it
I think it's
for?
also meant. I think it's meant for like kids
Oh,
and maybe
Shit.
teenagers.
Shit.
It's a shonen, but it's very like not like it's not apologetic about it being super non-gory. And I also don't like the world. I don't like the world it's in.
tried to read it.
I've watched the entire thing. I didn't like it.
The fuck? Why'd you watch the entire thing if you didn't?
I just have a thing where if I start something, I have
Why
to
do
watch
you? Are
it.
you?
Unless it's like
Are you a sadist? Is it masochist? Sadist.
I forget.
One likes
One.
pain.
Well, they both like pain. but
Masochist is
I think one's
there's
physical.
everything's meaningless to you in the world and you just want to die.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I think no. The difference is one of them is physical pain,
Yeah,
and the other one's like
No,
mental pain
I
or
thought
something.
one like receiving pain and one likes giving pain.
I think giving pain is masochist.
Yeah, you're a masochist.
Giving pain? No,
No, you like
I think I'm a
receiving it.
sadist. I
You
think
like
sadist.
receiving it.
Yeah. No, it's more
No,
like
you watch Fairy Tale, so you are a masochist.
the thing about it is, the only time I ever drop something is if it's so completely terrible that I actually like lose interest. I didn't lose interest, but it wasn't too spectacular. It was something I watched through to the end. It's just not that interesting. What's that? What's that?
Gintama.
Gintama. Never seen it. Too long.
I think everyone I have ever met who has talked about it said it's extremely good.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've heard it's also really funny. I want to put in B just for the
Put
reputation.
it in A
it
for the
has.
reputation.
A.
Yeah.
I don't Taylor.
Not at all.
Okay, this one Jonah could probably talk about a little. Is it Haikyuu?
Haikyuu.
Haikyuu.
Haikyuu?
Is that the soccer one?
No, that's
It's
the
the
volleyball.
one.
I don't think there's a published soccer one. I think there might be one anime that's actually published anime soccer, but
Blue Lock's coming up.
Blue Lock and Aoi Ashito.
Real quick, is the only reason you got into Blue Lock is you saw the trailer?
No, I
No.
watched the manga before it became a trailer.
You watched the manga? Wow.
Or I mean read it.
Look at this guy.
Blue Lock is gonna be one of the best ones. So is Aoi Ashito. They're both soccer animes coming out. Just reading the manga was really good. But
What about Haikyuu?
Haikyuu's volleyball. I think storytelling and the characters is S tier, but out of my enjoyment, I would say B tier. I
Okay.
think what Haikyuu and what another anime does that we can talk about later because it's on this list. What they do really well is the main character actually loses. Holy shit, I know.
Oh, I know which one we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. In a lot of especially sport animes, the main character just doesn't lose.
Yeah,
He
they
goes-
always seem overpowered in every
Yeah.
single one.
And like when they come to this little stop where they might actually lose, oh, the power of friendship or like, oh, I just
Are we
suddenly
starring the ones we're talking about?
yeah.
Okay, I already got Baki on there. On that one.
Something Haikyuu and the other one I'm going to talk about later does really well is the character loses, and they actually learn. They go through a whole training arc where they learn from their mistakes and try to get better. I like that part, so I would give Haikyuu an A, but enjoyment I would give it a B.
I haven't watched many sports anime.
You should.
But I've heard Haikyuu is like the top. It's the best. I think they're
Yeah.
on like 7 seasons, aren't they? They're fucking.
I think it's 6.
That's still insane that they're still going.
But I will say the first season's kind of boring. Like it's kind of like Naruto. Like there's certain or not Naruto, Attack on Titan. The first and second season, first season's boring as hell. Second season gets better, but it's still kind of boring. But then after that, it's really good.
Go.
Yeah, it's goated. But I would still only give it an A because it's an
Right.
S tier anime with a B tier enjoyment.
Is it like Kuroko's where there's powers? Or is it-
No. Kuroko's is the only one of the sports animes that actually people have powers. Like the biggest thing Haikyuu has for powers is maybe just Hinata's jumping ability, where he's
Yeah.
so short but he can jump so
I
high.
saw that on like fucking AMV. He's like jumped up. Apparently, this dude's like a fucking. He's like a fucking little halfling.
Yeah.
And he jumped the fucking. He touched the backboard, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
And
They're,
they
like, creaming
actually
their pants.
later on in that anime they introduce another character who's the same height but jumps higher and he has more of an impact, but they don't really have powers. It's more just like, oh, this kid
Just
with a supernatural
athleticism.
ability like that
Yeah.
most people don't have.
Okay,
But
so
I
where
would
would
give it
you
A. I would give it A.
an A?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Um,
Hunter. I don't
I
know
heard that
this.
show's good.
I think Hunter's an S tier.
That's
I think
I think it's A tier only because
not
it's
finished.
not finished and they're probably never going to finish.
No,
Because the main author has, I guess he has a problem with his back and his wrists, where when he sits down for a prolonged time to draw, he physically just can't anymore for like another month or two before. So that's why I think chapters come out like once every 6 months because he just can't finish one that fast.
I think
okay.
I feel like he probably. I'm just speaking out of the past, but I feel like someone like him who has such an established and fucking great manga, he has to have the story already done in his head. He probably has it written down. It's probably done. He just needs to draw it.
I think he
I
said that
think
in an interview. He
I
had the story
think
done. He
and his
just couldn't
wife's
do
the
it.
one who created Sailor Moon, so I expect it's gonna get done. It's just gonna take a little
Yeah.
bit.
From
But I
what's
think what we have is S tier.
A huge
All
turnoff
the
for me in
infinite.
that show is one of the dudes. He's like a child rapist or like
He's not a
pedo-
child
he's
rapist,
a
Not a
pedophile.
rapist.
He's a pedophile.
He never does
no.
anything with them. He's not actually so.
The
with
thing is, he
Hisoka,
doesn't.
he's not turned on necessarily by them. I don't think he's turned on by their powers.
Yeah, he's not
He
turned on by
Oh,
kids.
okay.
He likes to fight strong.
It just so
Yeah.
happens that the kids have the
Yeah,
powers.
because
that he,
him and Killua are so strong that he's so intrigued by them.
okay.
He-
But his
yeah.
main interest is the main villain, who's a like full grown adult.
Okay.
He's the one he wants to fight the most, which does
Yeah.
happen in the anime.
He's not an actual pedophile. He's just like they're like the
He-
strongest people around him. So he's
Yeah.
like, I just want to fight them.
Okay.
Yeah, because
But
he
it does get weird.
he never really. I guess he fights Gon in one of the arcs.
He doesn't.
But other than that, he never really fights Gon. He watches from afar and he's like,
Okay.
"Oh my god, that's that's great."
Gon.
Yeah,
He does get weird.
I saw one of the fights
yeah,
where he started getting punched in the face by the kid.
yeah.
He goes, "Oh, what power! Oh,
Yeah.
oh."
He's definitely a weirdo. But like, there's one scene, because they go through the hunter exams to try to become full blown hunters. Because becoming a hunter, you get a lot of money and like you can do all this stuff.
Always about
Gon
money.
originally just wants to do it to find his dad, which holy shit, that takes a long time. But there's a certain scene when they're trying to do it where they have to descend a tower, and they're on the top. They can either go inside and there's like two routes, either one that takes 1 hour but it's super dangerous, or one that takes 14 hours and the time limit is 14 hours to get through. But it's like super safe. He takes the long or like the easy way, where it's like 1 hour, or the hard way, I guess.
Darn.
And he gets to a fight where this guy he fought before, lost to Hisoka, is waiting at the bottom, even though he shouldn't be there, to fight Hisoka. And it's sick the way the animation is, where he's dodging all of his stuff. And Hisoka's so powerful that he ends up catching the guy's weapons that he throws that only he can throw. And he's like, wow, well, this is pretty light. And then he throws it back at him and kills him instantly. That shit's funny. But
I think Hunter S tier.
yeah, S tier.
Okay.
They have the coolest characters out of anybody, I can say, honestly.
I think it's another great one to start on if you're like new to anime.
Yeah. And on
The characters are fucking S.
yeah, and like
They're
on
really
Twitter, everybody's profile pic, they're usually Hunter x Hunter, mostly
Yeah.
Killua, but it has some really.
That's the only
fucking cool
annoying part is
characters.
just everyone. That's the only person they seem to give a fuck.
Yeah,
about. And
everybody's
there's so many other cool
biased.
characters.
Yeah, like Kurapika's really cool. I mean, Leorio's not
well,
cool,
we had
but
that one
he's
friend that
quirky.
wants the Judgment Chain stats.
Yeah, that's
so-
Liam. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's really cool. The boxing one, I'm gonna keep it real. I've never seen.
I'm gonna put in butt cheeks.
I heard it's really good from its rating. I think it's like top 50 anime ever.
All right,
I
I'll
love
put
how
in
you
A
instantly
tier.
go to butt
Yeah.
cheeks.
I'll put an A tier then out of respect.
But I've never seen it. I'm
I've
just.
never seen.
I mean,
it.
I wasn't interested in soccer, but I was a little bit like enough to watch or read something soccer. I'm just not interested at all in boxing, so I'll never give anything boxing a shot.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I've seen some AMVs. They look cool. I
Yeah.
guess so. A tier for the AMVs. Taylor hasn't said anything for like the last 3.
Because these I haven't watched any of these.
I honestly
I have
just
no
kind of want to
comment
blow
on
past
this.
JoJo's. You're the only one who's like kept up with it. I only know.
I can't. Dude, that's all I'm seeing on TikTok nowadays.
JoJo's is the same thing as what is it? Trying to look at the list. Or maybe it wasn't on the list, but it's kind of like Beastars, where you either 100% love it or you 100% hate it, because it's certain scenes that kind of turn you off
Oh, okay.
from JoJo's, where yes, the characters are kind of drawn a little more flamboyantly, and there's also like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but like there's like the poses, the JoJo poses that people
Yeah,
do.
say the characters are drawn flamboyantly, but also hyper masculine.
Yeah,
They're
like
all
at the same
fucking
time.
ripped with like fucking great jawlines and everything.
Yeah, but
I like their art style though. I think it's unique.
yeah,
It
it's
separates it
unique.
from other ones.
And that's why everybody likes it, is because it's so unique. But the thing is about JoJo's is it goes up to part 7 for the manga, but the anime only goes up to
Part
5.
6.
No, yeah,
That's
6
Stone
now.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first season of JoJo's is by far the most boring thing I've ever watched in my life. And that's why a lot of people don't watch JoJo's, because they watch the first season and they're like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
I've
Second
heard season 2 was like the best one.
No, it's season 3. Season 2 is just season 1 part 2.
Oh.
But because season 1 is more just the backstory of everybody, the JoJo's bloodline, how it all gets started, and then near like the middle and end, they're vampires. But season 2 is when they get into more of like the stand abilities and like the powers that the JoJo's bloodline and all them have. It's pretty cool. It's not till season 3 when everybody's like, yeah, this is one of the best animes we've ever seen, because JoJo's does this weird thing where it's like 70% fighting. Like there's not much to the story other than they're chasing Dio, the main villain, and Dio just has his little cronies that also have stands try to stop them before they get to Dio. The thing is that I guess it's entertaining because it's all fighting and that's why people like it. But for people like me, it was kind of annoying. I kind of wanted a little more story
And strategy.
Yeah. So even season 3 and 4, it was kind of just like we go fight. You know what? Season 3 and 4 have the same kind of structure. The first person they fight is always going to join the team as a JoJo's like partner. The second person's always going to be a villain, and then the third and fourth are also going to join the team. And that's how it works for 3 and 4. So you already know out of the first 4 fights that 3 of them are going to be a part of the main cast. Season 5 is S tier, God tier, 100%. That's when they get into like the mafia business, and they fight the guy with like the stand ability where he can go back in time, or like I guess he kind of cuts time and cuts the parts he doesn't want. He's kind of overpowered, but
I have no fucking clue.
yeah, 6, 7 was where they more got into like the story. The story was really good. 6 was
Liam fucking loves Stone Ocean.
Yeah, it's about the daughter of Jotaro, and then 7 is just a whole on mind fuck. It's where a completely different universe where some of the stuff doesn't happen and they just figure out their stand abilities. And then 8 was just amazing. But in a whole, I think JoJo's A tier.
A tier?
Just because of the first and second season being boring and the third season being just all fighting.
Okay.
But it's iconic enough to be up there.
Burning battery. Hey, do you have a charger?
Yeah.
I'll put an A tier.
The white wire.
Rurouni Kenshin. Never seen it.
So just don't touch it.
Yeah.
Let's skip. Let's just not touch the ones we haven't seen.
Okay. The one after that, Kuroko's basketball. God. Okay, you know what? For enjoyment, it's an S tier anime. It's one of those ones that you watch that it's super, super cool. I love it. It's super entertaining. Never a dull moment. But if you're talking about like, I guess the superpowers kind of undermine the whole
The superpowers
plot.
undermine a lot.
Superpowers in basketball.
Yeah.
So like
So one of them, okay, you know what? Half of them are superpowers. Half of them are just like they're
there's
trained.
the one ability. What is the ability they get? They all get it. It's like they're like locked in or something.
Oh, that's the zone. Yeah, they get
zone.
like the zone, which it kind of like it kind of applies in real life where like you're so hyper focused on something that you become better.
Okay.
But in that, it's kind of more over the top, where they become like actual beasts that people can't handle unless you're also in the zone.
It's a fucking weird power.
But,
But like
structure.
half of them have actual powers. Like the last I guess villain. There's no really villain because it's a basketball sports anime.
Yeah.
But the last villain, Akashi, has an eye where he can kind of I guess tell the future.
The Sharingan.
Yeah.
He has the fucking Sharingan.
So what his shtick is he likes breaking people's ankles because he can tell where you're gonna move next and just move the opposite way. He's really cool. But if we're talking about non-abilities, there's this guy called Midorima with the green hair. He can shoot from anywhere on the court, no matter full court, half court. But it's not an ability. It
Oh, he's
actually
just-
shows in the backstories. He practices a shit ton and shoots like 2,000 shots a day from every part of the court. So you can tell like that's not a superpower. He's just really good.
Sounds like Steph Curry.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
there's just outlandish stuff like Almine with blue hair. He plays like street basketball, so he kind of like he has a formless shot where he doesn't have to go like this. He can just fucking throw it in, or he can like go behind the backboard and
Who's-
lean back and just go like that. But it's still really cool. Like enjoyment wise, Kuroko's is top
I
tier.
would say it's very entertaining. I think
Yeah.
I think it's an A tier.
I think it's
for
A
me.
tier. Yeah,
It's up there.
I know a lot of people would probably put it B tier, but out of enjoyment, it's just so nice to watch.
Oh man,
that My
this
Hero
shit
Academia?
Show. Yep, this is gonna be interesting. Mostly between me and you, because I think
Yeah.
we have very differing opinions.
Let's
do you-
get Taylor's
do you-
opinion first. Taylor, what do
yeah,
you
let's
think
get
about My
yours
Hero?
before we take over the show again.
The only thing I know about that show is the
Oh, you never
fan
watched
base
it?
is no.
The fan base
Fan
is
base is uber weird is all I hear about.
Yeah.
they were basically a bunch of Hisokas.
Yeah, shipping high
They
schoolers.
were interested
and...
in more than just their powers.
Yeah.
The shipping community goes fucking wild for My Hero.
Yeah. I
And-
think My Hero
They're fucking rabid with it.
I think My Hero in contention with maybe Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan is probably the most popular anime of all time.
I agree.
I think for the new gen it is.
Yeah.
I think it's also. I think it's the easiest.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't have like any dark. Even Dark Demon Slayer has some dark moments in it. It doesn't have any of those.
Yeah.
It's just.
it gets a little dark in the later seasons, but the first like three seasons or 4 seasons, it's just like happy go lucky. These are high schoolers with superpowers.
I want to go because I've let you talk a little. The only one to know in these last few. I'm gonna be honest. I might have to give it an A. I don't know. I think maybe A or B because it does have its faults, and I don't necessarily like Deku the protagonist.
Don't get me started.
But I will tell you, he does get better. He just does. He does get better to watch. I watched I think the first 4 seasons. I haven't caught up on it yet, but I like a lot of the cast in it. A lot of variety. I like some of the powers. They're very unique.
Yeah, I agree.
They have a lot of variety. They're very unique. I like All Might. I like all like the top pro heroes. I think, but the thing for me is, I think the villains get so much better as it goes.
Yeah, you know
The
what?
development for the villains are fucking incredible.
I will say it's kind of like Shippuden to me, where when it has its highs, goddamn are they highs. But when it
Yeah.
has its lows, it's very low.
I still think their tournament arc is one of the
One of the best tournament arcs.
new gen,
Yeah.
like new gen arcs. I don't know about all time
Not all
tournament
time,
arcs.
no, because
but
we're
it's
talking
really
about all
good.
time, like Dragon Ball, Naruto, like those
Yeah.
tournaments far surpass it. But when you're talking about new gen, I think My Hero is really good.
I think My Hero's got a very strong start to it.
Yeah,
It's
one of the
immediate.
it's one of the few animes where I could say the first season, like
I
out
think
of
first-
super long animes,
yeah.
it's one of the first animes that I could say the first season's pretty enjoyable.
I think it's a banger. I like it.
I think it's
They
yeah.
don't wait at all. Like it's not like Naruto where it takes like fucking 10 episodes for them to like
yeah, or
actually
Black
start like
Clover for
getting into
20.
fights. I think he literally meets All Might. So he's like, All Might's my hero, and he's like walking down the street, and All Might just comes up to him and is like, "Hey, eat my hair, bro." It's just immediate. It's really
Um,
silly, but I like it.
the only reason I can't give it S tier,
Oh,
goddamn,
I can't
Deku
give
is
it
a
S tier.
fucking bitch.
I can't.
He's such a little crybaby.
I can't give it S tier. No,
Taylor.
It's
Taylor.
like he's like Asta with screaming, how, but with crying.
Yeah, he
Zenitsu.
cries in like every episode,
He
and it
cries
pisses
all
me
the
off.
Literally
time.
Zenitsu.
No,
No,
worse than
'cause-
Zenitsu.
Yeah, because at least Zenitsu he has to face like mortal danger. So I
Yeah,
guess he has a legitimate reason to cry. This dude will trip in front of everyone and start crying.
yeah, and like Zenitsu, it's more like even sometimes when he cries, it's funny. Sometimes because there's
It
like
really isn't. It's
you know
annoying.
for some
It
people
was
it's kind of
funny at the
funny.
start, and then
Yeah.
It got
wore
so
off.
annoying.
But
It
for
wore off real
Deku,
fast.
it's never funny.
It
He's
w-
just a bitch. I hate him.
I think so. I'll tell you this: as someone who has kept up with the manga, I haven't been reading it, but I watch pretty much a review on all. He gets significantly better in the gets better.
But
And I think they're getting close there. But I really think the last season I actually watched because it's all about the villains. They did it. They did it weird. I think it was like half a season with the heroes, and they spent the other half with the villains. The last like arc they just did was fucking great. I think
Yeah.
it was one of their best in the shows. I gotta give it an A.
I think first season was interesting. It keeps you hooked. Season 2, which was the tournament arc,
I think that's
fucking
even
huge.
better.
Because Deku like hasn't quite gotten a hold of his powers. Because the whole thing with Deku is he has like super fucking strength.
He's got
but-
like the strongest powers, but he literally can't control it. It
Yeah, he
breaks
doesn't
his
know-
bones to
yeah.
use it.
So when he punches, his entire arm goes purple because he just broke everything in his arm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting because he uses like his fingers and stuff separately because he knows he has to
They
limit
come
his
up
power.
with interesting ways for him to use
Yeah.
it. Like, yeah, he'll use only one finger, and he'll break that one finger. That way, he can still use a fist, or he can still use other fingers. They use interesting ways to get around it.
Yeah.
But when he develops it more, his powers do. He has a large variety. He's kind of like Luffy. He's got a big variety of fucking powers, and it makes it interesting.
Luffy has a lot more though.
Well, Luffy has way
only
more,
because
but it's been around
way
longer.
Yeah.
But his
Um,
powers in the fucking manga.
Yeah. They introduce more of the side characters like Todoroki, which he's the half
He's
fire,
pretty
half
much.
ice.
He's pretty much.
Yeah, he's
he's-
just a Sasuke of the show.
I think he's a more like
better
like,
developed
lawful,
Sasuke.
good, not Sasuke.
I'm sorry, but I think he's a better developed Sasuke.
I think everyone's shitting on Sasuke's development.
No, Sasuke has good development, but
I
it's
think he has
Todoroki
better development than people think.
I think Todoroki just has better development because he has his whole thing where his dad was always wanted to be number 1, but that was All Might.
I think he was always number.
Yeah, so he had to be number 2, and it
His
kind of
dad
pissed
was
him
always
off.
number 2.
So he kind of took his anger out on his wife, and it got to the point to where after they had a kid, his wife
Well,
didn't want to see his face, and when she saw her son, it reminded her of the dad, and so she burnt half of his face, and that's why his right side is red because she burned his face, and now she's in like the asylum getting treated. And there's like this whole arc where he wants to get better, so he tries to get closer to his kids and stuff.
that was
and-
actually a good arc.
Yeah.
I like that. But he's also. I think he also kept having kids so that he could have like one like Todoroki could have half his wife. His wife had the ice quirk, right?
Yeah, and
ice
he
and he
was
had
the
fire.
fire. And
But
no,
all
they,
the
they I
kids-
think most of them got half and half, but
But
he
they
wanted
couldn't-
one that could develop the powers fully and be as powerful as All Might.
I don't think they could use it.
No.
I remember because he had one that he could use it, but his body would burn up.
Yeah.
His body couldn't handle it, but he could use the powers. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of the side characters are good. I just think Deku
Yeah.
I think in the first like 3 seasons, I just don't like.
No.
But I think as a whole, the show is an A tier.
Yeah. The newest season, the first half was boring as fuck because it was just they have 2 classes. I'm just explaining it to you now.
Yeah.
They have 2 classes, Class A, Class B. Class A is like the super powerful ones.
Don't sleep on Class B.
Yeah, but
They
Class
have some
B is by
sleepers.
they only sorting them by power, but they're really close.
Yeah.
It's just I guess more like the people in Class A have been through more real life activities because the villains try to kill All Might, and he just so happens to be the teacher of Class A or one of the teachers. So they have more experience in the real world. That's why they're Class A. And nobody's ever gonna get up to Class B.
Class B has some fucking heavy hitters. So who's that one dude who can mind control you?
I forget his name, but he's the
He's
main,
like one of the favorites. One of the fan favorites.
he's the main plot of the newest season because they wanted to make him a Class A, because of how powerful his ability is.
Yeah, basically, he can mind. I think he can control your mind if you.
If you answer a question, if he
Yeah.
asks you a question, you answer, you're fucked. The only reason I guess Midorima gets through it in the tournament arc is kind of stupid, but the previous successors of what the power he has kind of wake him up, which is kind of stupid. But yeah, I think My Hero is really good. Yeah.
I think it just has some flaws with its protagonist, but I think they overcome them after a while. And I think once that happens, it hits its fucking strides. I just still don't like the fandom.
Yeah.
I
annoying.
don't care about shipping. It's just they take it so far. Like they make so many ships, and a lot of them are really weird.
I agree.
Like I don't know. I don't agree with all the ships, but it's whatever. It's whatever people fucking be. A tier for me. What is this one? Is this...
That's 7 Deadly Sins, I think.
See,
I heard that show sucked ass.
no, I'll
You
tell
know
you this.
what? No.
The first like 2 or 3.
It's the first 3 seasons
The first
are
3.
so good, but then after that, I guess
I think they lowered the anime. They lowered like the budget on animation. Or some shit.
and it got terrible.
Okay.
Dude, it's well. There's literally a fight where like, and it's supposed to be like a big fight that they think they're just standing like a few feet away and just flashing swords. That's about the whole fight.
It's just a take of one of those animes that could have been super popular, but it came out at the same time as I think Attack on Titan, Black Clover, and all like the big ones, so it didn't get as much recognition as it did.
I think the first 3 seasons are fucking.
Yeah,
I would say A tier.
Yeah, they're really good, A tier, but the last season kind of makes it a B tier.
Literally fucking, it's ass.
Yeah.
I would put it in C.
If you were
honestly.
to like ever go and watch it, Taylor, I would say watch the first 3 seasons and then after that pick up the manga.
Okay.
Because there's just no point in watching that low budget animation.
What were we saying? I think B. I'll be nice and give it a B.
B tier,
I think the first 3 are still very memorable. I don't know this one.
Noragami. I don't remember a lot about it. I would give it a C tier, but I remember it's about like a bunch of like when you die, you're kind of remembered by people, and the more people you're remembered by, the higher you are up in that like I guess like little god society.
Okay.
And he's he's not the main character, but the main character finds a god who's not well known, and I guess it's kind of like the journey of them trying to get him up there. And they there's some fights and stuff, but it's just not as memorable as other animes.
I think this one's an S tier. One Piece.
One Piece S tier.
I got into. I can already tell you it's not for me with how like. I'm not say childish, but it's definitely does not take itself serious like the other shonen.
Yeah.
It does not at all. But I like the characters.
The characters are cool as fuck. I think his name is what, Ada or something. The author, I forget. But the thing he does with One Piece is it's such a fleshed out story.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, like he's building, like when you say world building, you like Attack on Titan, it's just kind of like it's kind of like what's the Marley and then just like the main
yeah.
But he's actually building a world with like different continents and countries, and he fleshes each one out with
oh
like
my god, he builds like not like insane levels of hype, but I remember watching the first one. Just that little intro they show you about the entire world is already so interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot of lore to it. Every country, I guess, is led by not by the government, but they call them like the 7 warlords, where they're not pirates, but they're powerful enough to beat the government, so the government teams up with them. Each one is controlled by a different warlord, and it gets really interesting because Luffy likes to go to all those places, and whether he likes it or not, ends up getting into a fight with the warlord.
Yeah.
And like by far one of my favorites was Doflamingo. He's like the tall blonde dude with like the glasses and like the feather.
You've definitely
thing.
seen it like
yeah. Let me show you a picture.
Just look.
Yeah, just it's such a good story because you figure out. You see his picture?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you've seen him.
Yeah, I've seen him.
His power is his fruit. He has strings on his fingers and stuff, and he can control people with like the strings. And what he does is he makes up this makeshift kind of like country where everybody's happy and there's like toys and stuff walking around that can communicate with people.
Don't spoil too much.
Okay.
I'm still watching it.
You know what? I can't say anything more then. But it's just a really cool arc. Everything he does is all the side characters have a backstory, enough of a
Oh my
backstory for you to
God.
remember them. Like one of them, like I think his name is Senor Baby, and he's like a man dressed as a baby.
The show is really goofy. Like,
Yeah,
if
it's
you want a good
goofy.
laugh, I would actually say some of the jokes are funny too. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like one of those shonens or some of those comedy ones where like the joke is just kind of cringe. I think some of the jokes are actually kind of funny. The
Yeah.
gags.
But the thing about him is everybody makes fun of him because he's dressed like a baby. He has like the baby diaper on and like he has like a pacifier and stuff. But it's like when you get into it, he has a really fucking sad backstory.
I think I saw something about it, like a TikTok.
Yeah,
About that.
where his wife, I don't care if you get spoiled by
I
this
don't
because
care.
it's kind of
If
filler,
it's a
but it's not
side
filler.
character, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't spoil like the main plot.
So he was a businessman. He had a wife, and they were like super happy and stuff. She was pregnant, and she ended up losing the baby, and she went crazy from it because I guess it's like a syndrome, which is in real life. It's like when you lose the baby, you kind of pretend it's still there, even though it's dead.
Premarital syndrome.
Yeah, something like that. And she kind of went so crazy that when people were reminded that the baby died, she would get mad and pissed off and try to hit people. So they had to hospitalize her. And what he noticed one day was when he went dressed as a baby, she would actually smile and be happy, and like she would laugh and he was very devoted to his wife. So seeing her happy, he constantly now just dresses as a baby because he just wants her to be happy. And it's just so sad, but it's such a great little side filler that it's like you shouldn't skip the filler in One Piece. Whereas in
Innocent.
Naruto, I would skip the most of the filler.
Okay, not well, yeah, I'd be selective on the filler in Naruto,
Yeah.
but I'd putting it in S tier.
Okay.
I do think you should pick up One Piece at some point. I'd make it a later commitment.
Yeah.
It's fucking long.
It is over
You
100
quite literally have to
volumes.
sell your soul if you wish to catch up on that shit. One Punch Man.
Butt cheeks.
I think it is honestly a B tier.
I think it's B tier.
I
know
well,
you didn't like it. It's just
I get
I
the
can see the appeal with it, but it didn't.
I
Yeah.
get the gag of like, oh, he can literally defeat anything in one punch. But
yeah.
am I the only one that just takes out all the fun in it?
Yeah,
like
but
it.
that's
I
like
like
the
it.
gag.
That's why I think it's butt cheeks.
Yeah, One Punch
I
Man
think
was not
Garo-
supposed to be taken
I
seriously.
think Garo is the only fucking character I care about.
Garo? No, it's Garo.
Bro, I don't. Whatever.
One Punch Man, the author literally said, "This is not something you should take seriously. I made this as a gag to make fun of all of the other shonens where the main character is just so overly powered and just doesn't lose. So he wanted to do that, but over the top.
Yeah, I see where he's going with it. It's just
Yeah.
for me, it's not.
Like I
my
said, I
thing.
see the appeal with it, but
Yeah, like I
I-
mean, like the fight scenes are really cool, but the story's kind of ass.
His story is very. I don't think I've seen these last.
Like you
three.
didn't watch enough of
Oh,
it to
The
know.
Promised Neverland. That's ass. Literal fucking.
why are you
butt
skipping
cheeks.
ahead? We're still talking about One Punch
Yeah.
Man.
I know.
You didn't watch the last fight, but Saitama versus I think his name is Baruo or something, and he's like from a different planet who just goes to planets to fight the strongest guy, and if they lose, he destroys the planet. It was a really cool fight, and it was the last episode. So fucking cool.
Let me guess, he got one punched.
No, actually, he didn't, which was kind of surprising. He got 3 punched.
Oh,
because he had armor that protected him from life-threatening
Dude, that's
injuries.
crazy. Two
my
more
God, bro.
extra hits.
Yo, 3?
He took 2 more extra hits. That's crazy.
I will admit, the manga is pretty fucking cool though.
Yeah.
The last few like volumes have been fucking dope.
And the fight of him versus Genos, which is like the practice fight because he wanted to see actually how strong
That
Saitama
one was nice.
That one was really well animated and really nice to watch, even though it was kind of goofy. Like after he dodged one of the punches, he kind of like fell back and then fell back forward and was like, it was kind of funny, but
I think it's definitely a fun. It's just
it's a fun,
no-brainer.
yeah.
You don't you just fucking turn your brain off. You watch it and you enjoy it.
Yeah.
There's no fucking hidden meaning to it.
Yeah.
But all right, any last words on One Punch? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've seen these 3. I don't know.
What is it?
You can zoom in. What are you doing? Control, hit control, and then scroll wheel up.
It's like talking to like a 85-year-old man. Doesn't even know the internet. I'm gonna keep it real. I've never seen that.
So okay.
Like it's unlike like Rurouni Kenshin in that boxing one I know of.
Okay,
This one I just don't know.
I keep like Soul Eater just by the title catches me. Have you guys watched Soul Eater?
I haven't, but I've heard a lot of good praise about it.
My other fucking loves this.
Yeah, I heard it's really cool.
Is that I can't remember if it was the previews for that or there's an you guys talked about it earlier. The previews went like it's regarding a demon and like it got embedded into a sword.
Yeah,
Is it?
but it's different because like some of them have scythes and some of them have stuff. I think it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah. That's why I wanted because in the previews one of the characters had a scythe. That's why I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, the guy with the black and white kind of headwear. He's like the Killua of this show, where he's like overly praised, like the super favorite character. I think he's the one with the scythe.
I think they go to a school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I mean, I'd be down to watch it with you, but from what I've heard, it's really good.
Okay.
I've heard very good things about it. I'd honestly give it. Oh shit.
You made it so 150.
I don't.
It tells you at the top right. There you go.
Promised Neverland season 1 S tier, season 2 F tier.
Literal shit. Literal
so
shit.
in between C.
Yeah, I would say C.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen.
Yu Yu Hakusho, the last one I started reading, it's the same thing as Bleach, where the first arc is kind of boring because it's just him before he goes into a society, and he's just like fighting different stuff so that he can kind of get recognized. It's kind of boring, but I heard the highs are really good of Yu Yu Hakusho.
I'll put it in.
I think out of notoriety, I'd say A because it's made by the same person as Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
Wait, it is?
Yeah, same author. He just finished Yu Yu Hakusho and then started Hunter x Hunter and then started having problems.
Yeah, well, whatever. Fuck it. All three can go. I don't know any of them.
Well, okay. So that's that list.
Oh, great.
We did make a list of all the animes we've all watched, and there's a couple of them that we really wanted to talk about that wasn't on the list. Huh?
First season.
What are you pulling up?
Yo, Psycho-Pass?
Okay.
No, let's not do that list. We took so long with the other one.
I know. I'm just looking through it. I want to see.
Well, go ahead, Taylor.
Demon Slayer. What would you rank Demon Slayer?
I say B.
Let's use put the one in butt cheeks in literal shit. What? And let's use everything from C tier and literal shit as like the mark.
Wait, what?
What? Hold on.
So you see like Fairy Tail and all them.
Yeah.
Since we've never seen them or anything, and the C tier since they're so bad, let's just use them as those other ones. So Demon Slayer, anime, I would give it an A just off of animation alone.
Animation, I would give it an S.
I give it an S.
Okay.
It is probably one of the most cleanest animated animes I've ever seen. With all the forms, it's so beautiful.
Yeah. Story from the anime, not the manga. Story from the anime, I would give it a B. If we're talking manga story, I would give it a literal shit rating. But if it's off of anime because they're doing everything different, they're kind of adding more things to the Hashira.
I've never met a show or watched one. The anime is genuinely better than the
manga.
Boruto and Demon Slayer are like that because the fights in Boruto and the manga are really they're not very good.
Yeah,
they're real simple. And Demon Slayer has the same problem. He showed me it. It's fucking goofy. They don't like shit happens. They don't even like explain it.
Yeah.
What was it with the Mugen train? Something happened.
Oh, the Mugen train. It was fuck.
Something happened. You were like, they did not even explain how like that happened in the manga.
Yeah, and then Kyojiro, which is Rengoku. They don't even do anything about his backstory other than tell you he has a father who didn't want him to be the Hashira. He used to be a Hashira.
Yeah.
And that was it. But in the anime, they made 2 separate episodes just for Rengoku to learn more about him, which was great. They didn't do that in the manga.
I think
was that like that beginning filler part of season 2?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
Okay, yeah, you
You
didn't
should-
watch it, but
you should
it tells
watch
you
it.
more
Yeah.
about him, and it's like they didn't do
It's-
that in the manga.
I actually liked when mentioned.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that one a lot.
That was really meaningful.
But it was like in the manga, they're like, you know, Tsunemi, you have a figure of him, the guy with the white hair
The
with
Wind
the
Hashira.
yeah, and they're just like, here he is. This is what he does. That's it. But
He's cool. He has
Yeah.
scars.
wow, he hates Tanjiro. That's about it.
Let's move on.
So I really hope they keep doing this with the anime.
Yeah.
I hope they flesh
Honestly,
them out.
if they keep doing this, the anime might end up
Like one of
either
the
A or S.
like honestly one of the best of all time, even out of the older animes, if they flesh out all the characters.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to lean towards S.
Yeah, because the manga, the thing is, it's a really great idea what they have, but in the manga they just
I
didn't
think the
execute it.
execution wasn't there. It felt like it was rushed.
Yeah, I think because season 1 was so popular, they
Yeah.
rushed the manga, which is the opposite of Attack on Titan. The Attack on Titan season 1 was so popular, but they actually took their time, which is why season 2 came out so late.
Yeah. I would say A tier. Only because not the entire storyline, but just like the whole thought of coming home and seeing your whole family slaughtered. Like that's that's like that's a big bite to take right there.
Itachi's backstory's better.
Yeah, but
Yes, that is
I would give it a B
Fuck,
tier.
I think Itachi still has a
coming
saddest
home being
backstory.
slaughtered rather than slaughtering your whole family. Like
I would give it a B tier because if that's what you're doing to give it an A tier, that's like all the other animes. Like
I will
Aaron's
admit
mom.
that it's kind of like
Yeah, Aaron's
honestly,
mom got
as-
8.
As sad as it is to say, that's just kind of generic for most
Yeah.
shonens.
Yeah.
They lose someone in
Asta doesn't have parents. Naruto's parents are dead, and they make fun of him.
yeah.
They don't make fun of him. They
The
just
kids
don't.
make-
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
No,
they
they
do.
just-
It's
don't
the
they just-
kid with no parents. Let's
Yeah.
avoid him.
Yeah.
I just know
No,
everyone
kid,
stays away from
listen.
him.
They don't know anything about the nine-tailed fox.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk to him because their parents
Well,
told them not to talk to him.
Actually, that's why the adults stay away from him. Because a parent, I think, Donzo.
Donzo, Hanzo, same dude. I don't know. I can't.
No, Donzo. He told
Donzo's
all
the one
He
with
told
the-
all the adults, yeah, that hey, yo, that kid over there, that's the Nine Tails right
Yeah.
there. And all the parents hated him. The kids,
But
were
they don't
like,
tell the kids why.
Yeah,
why
they
hate
just
him.
tell him to avoid him.
Yeah, and you don't remember that's why Sasuke hated Sakura at first because Sakura was like, "Ah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
that
no
was-
parents,"
yeah,
and
that
Sasuke was like, "Me too, bitch."
Yeah, shut up.
I remember that scene. But you're annoying. And that
Yeah.
was the way of calling her a bitch.
That was the
Um,
worst thing she ever heard in her life.
It literally broke her.
I would
I'm
give it a
still
B.
I think
because
it's-
I'm still trying to like
I think it's an.
I'm
A
trying to
tier.
go in like chronological order on what happened in Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how much I remember because
I
that's what
didn't, like,
determines
Yeah.
what my grade is.
For me, it's like the first arc where Tanjiro finds out his parents died, finds
to
out that
train
his
with the
sister's a demon.
Rokudaki.
Yeah, and then
That was
Rokudaki.
nice.
that was nice. I didn't like the second half where it was about the spiders.
I'll be
What?
honest with you, I hated that.
Yeah, it was okay, but it was,
The only thing that made up for that was Inosuke. He's like
Yeah.
he is by far my favorite character.
yeah,
I like to see.
yeah. And then
Giyu
second
fight-
season,
When did Giyu? Dude, he
Watch.
one shot the fucking demon. He walks
No,
up.
he fought the big one. He did that. He fucking murked
did-
him, and then he.
No,
helped-
wait, big one. The father?
Yeah.
No, Inosuke and Tanjiro fought them,
yeah,
No.
and then he blasted away Tanjiro. That's when he ran into Rui.
yeah,
He fought Rui with Nezuko. That's when Nezuko developed the blood demon art. And then they were both about to die because Tanjiro's sword broke. And then that's when Giyu came in along, used the 11th form, and just fucking one-shot him. Like with like zero effort.
yeah. And then Zenitsu got thrown to the fodder for the children, and
Well, I thought
Zenitsu almost dies.
I liked Zenitsu when he used the thunderclap. He finally did something. That
And I will
whole
tell you, Taylor,
season.
I will tell you, this is kind of spoiler, but not really. Zenitsu gets in one scene. Zenitsu is the coolest fucking character in the show,
There's one fight where he just fucking takes the whole show.
and he fights him awake.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
he just turned into a different character. He's no longer a crybaby. And
Thank
in the
God.
manga, it's
Thank
shown
God.
he actually cusses and he calls the other guy a bitch.
No.
Yes.
Not a bitch. Not
But
bitch.
it's so fucking cool because he's actually not a bitch anymore.
That's
And it's like one of the coolest fight scenes in the manga.
thank God.
But then he
Thank
goes back
God.
to being a bitch. But at least he has that moment.
I will tell you, no spoilers, that the last like few volumes or the last big fight in the manga
Yeah,
sucks.
it
It is
kind of
so
sucks.
bad. It's unbelievable. But I think the anime is an A
Yeah,
tier.
I think the anime will do it
I'm gonna
justice.
say this. I think for me, the the entertainment district really carried the
Yeah,
show because of how much action there was.
and you know what? I think this ranking is just coming off of because I've read the entire thing.
Hmm.
I think I'm kind of biased because I know what happens and
Yeah.
how bad it is. But after seeing what the anime's doing, I will admit
I
it's going
I
up.
told Jonah I have hope. I think they're
Yeah,
gonna make everything wrong with the manga like
yeah,
right in the
and if
Okay.
they
anime.
do that, 100%, it's gonna be I think better than Attack on Titan.
I disagree heavily on that. I don't think that
I
at
mean,
all.
I can't disagree until I see it.
Yeah,
I can't.
I mean, I will
I
say this:
will.
it's gonna be hard for me to give up Attack on Titan
yeah. I think
as my
Attack on
number
Titan does it
one.
great because they even bring politics and stuff into it, and it's really cool. But yeah, I would
And just
give
the characters, dude. Like Levi.
it a B tier for
What's
now.
their next one? I think we all agree it's an A tier.
Next one I wanted to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. That's another big one.
A tier. I think. Okay, here's the thing
B
though.
tier.
For
I agree.
Jujutsu Kaisen, are we able to
We can't
go
bring
off
in
of
manga.
one? We're gonna go off one season. At least Demon Slayer had 2 seasons in the movie.
Like I
Well,
mean, because
technically,
a lot
half
of
of the second season is the
because
movie.
they're like I would argue.
No,
I feel like there's half and half with the anime community where they just want to watch the show and then the other one actually wants to read the manga.
No, Jujutsu Kaisen has a movie now.
Yeah, I will say
Oh
okay.
yeah.
I don't know why people are hating on that movie so much. I liked it.
The Jujutsu Kaisen? Oh no, it was great.
I liked
I
it.
liked it.
Granted, like I'm disappointed that that's probably the only time we're gonna see that guy, the kid.
Yeah, he was really cool. Of a
He was a
character.
cool and then, yeah.
I
Do you
think
want me to
if he
tell
was
you?
the main character over
Yuji, yeah.
Yuji, I probably would like Jujutsu Kaisen
Oh yeah,
more.
I think Yuta's a better character.
Yeah.
Even the author himself, Gege's like, I don't really like you. I don't care.
Yeah,
for
what
him.
his whole shtick is he's gonna kill Yuji.
He even said like I'm either gonna kill Yuji or kill everyone else. I was like,
Listen, I'm gonna say
Please
this,
kill Yuji.
and I think I can speak for everybody. If Gojo dies, that show dies.
Yep.
I'll tell you this, and I look, the manga I would arguably say is S tier.
Okay.
I think it's perfect. I think there are no low points. The characters are interesting. I love the characters. I loved Yuta. I love
Yep.
Gojo.
Yep.
I like Yuji a lot more in the manga.
I really like Inumaki.
Which one's Inumaki?
He's the one with the
one
talking.
speech.
Her speech.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's
yeah,
really cool.
he's cool.
I liked him in the volumes.
Yeah, when I read the manga, he's super fucking cool.
He's
He used to be one of my background wallpapers on my phone because he's raw.
all I'll tell you is I honestly think it's gonna be an A tier without a doubt when they animate.
Okay.
What is it called?
It's
Higanshina.
the I know what you're talking about. It's when they I can't say that because
Bring it to full screen. We're kind of done with this list.
Yeah.
No, like
what
on
is it
OBS.
called?
On OBS.
Oh.
Thank you.
Jujutsu Kaisen arcs.
I'd like I
is it the Shibuya arc?
Shibuya.
Yeah, Shibuya
Infinite
arc. I haven't even clicked it yet.
is that this next season that's coming out?
Yeah. It's the next season.
Because I keep hearing like when you guys say Shibuya, I
No,
swear to God
they might not be. They might do the whole. There's a part of it where they go over Gojo's backstory when he was.
Okay.
That one's fucking cool. You're gonna like Toji. I fucking love Toji.
He's pretty
He's
cool.
one of my favorites.
I don't know if I can speak for a lot of people, and I don't know if it was just when I wasn't full paying attention when I first watched it, but when they like explain stuff, it's kind of hard to
Oh, it's fucking confusing.
to like keep up with what they're trying to explain to you.
I'll tell you that. I know we're not rating off manga, but the manga is still confusing because like there will be, you know how like they'll have the chapter page. They'll have one page it's like dedicated to like a little bit of art for the chapter.
Yeah.
He will always write big ass squares explaining. So 3 chapters ago, when I was explaining Gojo's powers and the reversal technique and like this, and I was like, wow, what the fuck? Like after reading that much and then trying to fucking comprehend that, it's a lot.
And you know what?
It's very fucking.
I'm gonna make another hot take. I think Gojo is just the cooler Kakashi.
I agree.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be real. I think Kakashi was almost overhyped.
No, I don't think he's overhyped. I think Kakashi just takes himself less seriously than Gojo. I know Gojo makes jokes and stuff, but when
When
it's time
Gojo
for
gets
Gojo to get
serious,
serious, it's really
he just can one shot anything.
Mhm.
Fucking. But I'll tell you, that's why I like his backstory.
yeah. But I don't think Kakashi just doesn't take himself seriously as a
Yeah.
person. I think if he tried and trained more, I think he could be
But when he
super
does,
powerful.
he's fucking powerful. I mean, he went toe to toe with Obito with the Rinnegan. I know Obito wasn't trying.
See, but okay, that's like a different moment because he had to take that seriously because it's a childhood friend that went down a wrong path.
And let's be honest, because I'm pretty sure they explained it too. Obito was intentionally trying to get hit by
Yeah.
No,
his Chidori.
he was trying to get the Chidori through the heart to get rid of this tag so he could become the intelligent Cherokee. But even so, Kakashi still managed to hold. I mean,
I will say that fight scene with Obito is really
that
fucking
was
cool.
one of the best fights.
Yeah.
In like
The
the
way
entire
it
show.
switches between the past and the present.
Oh, bro,
so cool.
when they were going for the unison sign, he like pulled
Yeah.
his kid self back. I was like, oh my god, bro.
Or like when
Fucking great.
when he traps his hands and then Obito uses Kakashi's hand to make a sign
make-
for him.
that
Oh
shit's
my
sick.
god.
God damn, we keep talking about Naruto.
That's why he's S. Let's be honest. But no,
I think okay.
I think Jujutsu
Okay.
Kaisen right now is a B with potential.
I'd
Yes,
say it's an A
I agree.
tier. And with the animation, everything, I think it's
It's
A.
Jujutsu Kaisen is the same as Demon Slayer, where it's S tier animation but with a weird story. But I think
if
Demon
it
Slayer
wasn't
kinda
if
takes
it wasn't
for
so
Stories-
hard to follow, easy A.
yeah.
I think
But
the story's
because-
way better than Demon
Like
Slayer.
I'll tell you this now because I've rewatched it with a friend and she wasn't paying attention at all. So a lot of the episodes I've watched 3-4 times, and there's still so many like holes that I don't understand
Yeah.
after watching it that many
I
times.
will tell you this: a lot of they do explain that.
Mm.
They explain a lot of the things that happen. Like, in fact, I'm actually supposed to get my book in a few.
Okay.
Oh, bro.
For Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yep.
It's number 14, right? That's the newest one.
I just finished the Shibuya arc. I think best arc. What's the next one we have? I think it's. We'll say B.
Okay.
What's the next one?
I want to talk about.
You know, Jonah has Code Geass. I also want to talk about.
We can
Well,
talk about that real quick.
Well, well, no, we could go with yours. I had a couple on the list that I was gonna recommend to you guys.
Okay.
Oh, those are the recommendations.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I kind of just want to talk about the show. There's really nothing to argue about, but Tokyo Revengers. I want to say this real quick. I'm looking like when you look at the show as a broad aspect, it makes like
Yeah, it's kind of wonky.
It's a kid that shakes a kid's hand that allows him to go back in time, and his whole point was bring his childhood crush back to life from the future. From the broad aspect, like that sounds stupid, but for some reason that show fucking slapped.
Yeah, it's okay because right now I think it's an A tier anime. Only because the ending was like they left you on a cliffhanger, but it was so satisfying of a. Did you see Tokyo Revengers? You didn't, right? Oh, you did.
You haven't watched Tokyo Revengers?
I skimmed.
Okay.
Okay.
I watched most of the
at
fight
the-
scenes. I watched
yeah.
the last episode though.
I think it's really interesting how what he does in the past changes the future. Because obviously, you know,
I do like the aspect when I don't know how does he go back to the future again?
He has to shake the kid's hand
or die.
or die.
Whose kid was it?
Okay, well that's kind of the manga. It's kind of spoilers, but when he dies, he can go back in time, but that's his last shot. So if he doesn't change something, the whole story is gonna end. So
Okay.
because right now they ended you off,
Who's
because
shit?
So the girl that he's trying to save, her little brother.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I
When he
remember they're in the
shakes his hand,
playground.
yeah.
They were in
Yeah.
the playground talking.
Yeah.
And
and
he
shook his
told him
hand.
he told about the whole future, and that's why he turns into a cop in
Like
the
an
future.
FBI
Yeah.
agent. Yeah.
But at the end of season 1, Kisaki kills him and Chifuyu, which was his partner, because of something he did in the past, and they kill him. They leave you off there, but that's not the end of the arc in the manga. There's more. They just ended it there because they thought it would be a really good ending to
It
keep
was.
people on their feet and want to watch more. Which it was.
It was.
I agree. It was great.
I'm thinking about it more. I think just the character development really carried the show.
Yeah.
Because like when you like I said, when you look at like if you explain the show, it sounds terrible.
Yeah.
But with the character development, like I loved that. Huh?
2 hours.
2 hours, goddamn.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a special episode, so.
it is.
But I don't think there was one character I didn't like.
Yeah.
Like how they were structured.
Yeah.
Everybody was good.
Saki.
Kisaki, yeah, even as a villain, Kisaki's a really good villain. He stays ahead, a couple steps ahead of everybody, which you learn in the manga. Even when he fails something, he has another plan so that he doesn't completely fail and can
Yeah.
come back. And I will say right now it's an A, but the manga is one of the best things I've ever read. I think the story is so good, and it's ending soon. It's on its last arc, but it's really good. I have all the manga. I have like keychains and stuff of all the characters,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you show me the cards.
yeah.
Yeah. What's the next one we have? I think so. What was that one? A?
Yeah, A
A?
tier. The only other show that I see that we have all watched, I would love to talk about Tokyo Ghoul, but I already know your guys' takes on it about the second season. I've only watched, I've watched 6 episodes so far, so I
The first season's probably B tier.
I
The
think-
second season's trash.
I think the second season, best you could give it is
Yeah.
not that.
and then the only other show I wanted to talk about was Parasite.
Parasite's another one like Death Note. It's a really good one to get into. You haven't seen it, huh?
Nope, but
Really?
I've seen clips again, but I think it would give it.
So I think the art style was really clean.
Yeah.
It wasn't like beautiful and like super straight. Like
Yeah.
they, there was some like messiness in it, but in a good way.
Yeah, Parasite's on the same thing as Death Note. It's an older anime,
Yeah.
and it's one if it's your first one to watch, it's really good. I think maybe it's not as popular as Death Note, at least in America.
Hell no.
In Japan, Parasite's super popular, but over here, Death Note's the better one. I just think they're both the same. They're both S tier. One of the top animes of all time.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen it, but it's I mean, maybe it's not for you because you've seen some clips, but it's definitely really good.
Those are all the ones.
I mean, there's a ton
Let me see
here,
the
but
list.
I marked Baki.
Yeah, I know he
a
wanted to
lot
talk
of
about
these we've
Baki.
already went over, like
I know
Seven
you
Deadly
haven't seen
Sins,
You've seen
Hunter
Baki.
x Hunter.
I've seen Baki.
I honestly, I think I
Is
love
Baki? I keep seeing TikTok clips where there's a dude jump roping in like the room,
Yeah.
and then there's a girl that's like trying to get him to stop, and
That's
he like
not
goes faster,
Baki.
and it
No.
smacks her hand.
I think
What
that's,
show is that?
I don't know what that. I can't remember. I just know I think it's made by the same dude, or the made by the same dude as JoJo.
Yeah.
The art style's the exact
I
same.
I think that seems funny.
It is kind of.
Go ahead with what you're gonna say about Baki.
But Baki, I love it. Not good at all. It really isn't. Has like no fucking. It doesn't make any sense, and the shit they do is fucking silly. But it's just entertaining.
Yeah, I guess okay. So like the story is in the world. There's like, I don't know, like there's like six or seven people in the world who are like super strong. Like nobody can do anything about it.
Yeah.
And Baki comes out, and he just so happens to probably be on the same level, and it intrigues all of those guys from around the world who want to fight him, and that's like the whole story.
Yeah. His dad basically steals most of his show.
Yeah. The first guy that he fights, which is the one everybody loves, the most memorable, I forget his name. But he's in jail, but he's only in jail for the fun of it, Taylor.
Oh,
He
you're
can
talking
break
about.
out-
I can't remember. He's like the second strongest person in
Yeah.
the prison. Yeah.
He goes to jail just for fun because he knows he can break out so easily,
Yeah.
which is shown in the first like season. He breaks out for fun, and so he's on a submarine, so he just breaks out and then just swims to shore and is just like, "Yo, Baki, want to test you out real quick, bud?" And then he tests him out a little bit, and then he's just like, "All right, you guys can take me back to jail now."
Bro, he breaks out. He goes to he goes to the president of the United States' house, and it shows the videos like, "Yo, I'm here with your kids. Yo, what you gonna do about it?" It's stupid. It's fucking dumb. But I love it so much.
It's entertainment.
It's
I would
straight
say
entertainment.
I would say B tier.
I give it B too. The animations It's nice, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
The story, it fucking sucks. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
It's like
The
JoJo's.
dude, the dude he's like Baki starts airboxing in the street, and the ghost of Mike Tyson shows up and just starts fighting him suddenly. There's no explanation, nothing. He beats him, and then the ghost just disappears, and he goes on with his fucking day.
Which, by the way, Mike Tyson's not dead. He's still alive in the real world.
Yeah.
But
It's goofy. It's literally, I think any person that lives and watch anime watches fucking Baki.
yeah. Dr. Stone, you guys have
Yes.
My friend is watching Doctor
A
Stone
tier.
right now
Yeah.
because we watched Attack on Titan. And it's like when you look up like similar shows, Doctor Stone pops up, and I heard it's really good.
It's not like
Similar at
Attack on
all,
Titan.
but it is very good. It
yeah,
is
the thing
really
about Dr. Stone is it's so different from everything else that it's interesting because he's like this super smart kid, has photographic memory, knows everything. He's read
really
every book.
knows everything.
Yeah. And his whole shtick is the world goes or there's like a petrified thing where it makes everybody stone.
Petrification, storm
Yeah.
or some dumb shit.
And he has to restart the world from the ground up, from sticks and stones all the way, and he's trying to make it back to what society was. And so he figures something out with like the birds, and he
Yeah,
can like
some birds in a cave. They make some oil that helps like
it's bats. It's
de-petrify
bats.
bats.
Yeah, the bats. I guess their poop mixed with like I think it was like nitric
Bird poop?
acid. No, bat poop mixed with like nitric acid can take off the petrification
undo
from
it.
stuff. Yeah,
It's weird because they're still alive. Like they don't age or anything. They're literally
They're just
the
stuck in
moment
stone.
they're petrified, that's exactly how they are. I guess to the end of time.
yeah,
Also, he manages to count every second for like
yeah,
what was it, like 100 or 1,000 years or something? that
yeah.
passed
That's the
by?
only reason he was able to break out was the petrification was because his mind was still active, whereas everybody else they kind of were just like, "Holy shit, I'm a stone and I'm dead," and then they're just dead because their brain's not moving anymore. That's why they're all dead now. He
Okay.
survived because his brain he kept counting in his brain,
Okay.
and his brain kept like going.
I thought it was because
So he eventually broke
I thought
out.
because like the cave formed around him. That's why. And then after a while, the whatever the fucking oil or water was started dripping on.
No, he broke out just with his brain.
Okay.
He kept his brain kept going.
Goddamn.
That's the other main character. I think his name's like Taiju or something.
Yeah,
He was in the cave. No. He brought him to the cave.
yeah.
He discovered the cave and figured out what he could do with birds, and he brought his best friend into that cave to
I
kinda,
actually
do
like
something.
I like them too.
Yeah.
They have great chemistry.
Yeah.
Fucking funny.
Thank you.
He's like the brain, and the other guy's the brawn.
He's literally brawn. He's fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
he's stupid.
He's himself. I like the other dude they bring in, the third guy. The like big
Oh,
one.
the
He's like
big one.
the strongest high schooler in our time.
Yeah.
He
and-
fights little lions with his bare fist.
Yeah, and the thing is he becomes the villain because
He wants to kill.
he wants to kill all of the corrupt adults
pretty much
that
all
ran
the
the
old
world.
people.
Yeah.
All of them.
And he wanted to keep the pure kids because the kids, they hadn't thought about world domination or anything like that yet. So he wanted to restart the world with a pure mind. But Senku, which is the main character, wanted to just revive everybody because he thinks nobody deserved to be like petrified for all eternity. So he just wanted to restart everything. It's
Kind of like Aaron.
yeah, but it was just really interesting because even when you go throughout the story, he kind of he explains everything and how it's possible. Like he made
Made like razor blades, I think, or no, he used like shells as razor blades.
yeah, and he knows how to make soap
He
out of
knows how
like
to
stuff
make-
in the ocean.
He knows how to
And-
make guns.
Yeah, and they explain it in the anime. Oh, if you want to try this at home, you can just get this, and this, and that's how you make soap, or that's how you make this and that. And it's just interesting.
It's a fun watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vinland Saga, you've seen it, right? You're the one that recommended it to him.
Yeah.
I think
You said it was a
Vinland
great
Saga- I
show.
think Vinland Saga is in it.
Yeah. It's just a retelling of history, of what actually happened in history, but like anime-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put their own.
Yeah.
I think it's an A.
Not
I-
everything is 100% correct,
Obviously,
like
but,
the main character and stuff, but like
but I like all the. I like the.
They try and be historically correct.
Yeah.
Askeladd, Thorfinn, they're all good.
Yeah.
The plot's good. The characters are good.
I think it's not as popular as like Demon
It's
Slayer and all that, but
no.
it could be.
I
It's
think
just the fact like with the one I was talking about earlier, it just so happened to come out at the same time
came
as
out at
the
a
bigger
bad time.
ones. Yeah.
but it is a good watch.
Yeah.
For
I do want to talk about anime that Jonah keeps telling me to get.
Mm.
Was it Agent?
Yeah,
Where they
Asian.
like the whole show was about them trying to successfully kill.
Yeah. Um
Yeah.
that story, it's an older manga. Like Death Note and Parasite. The anime, they kind of animated it, but it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
It went down the same road as what was it? There was an anime that from the manhwa, the God of High School and the Tower of God. So if you read those stories, it's so fucking good. But the anime butchered it.
Mhm.
They leave out so much stuff that there's no point in watching the anime just to read the story. It was the same thing with Agent. It's really good, really interesting. Um, yeah, it was basically just about people who can't die no matter what, and so they try to take over the world.
watch Conan. Watch that. That's a good one.
What is that about?
It's an isekai.
I feel
It's-
like
Let
I
me
know
see
what
the
that means.
picture.
An isekai is like a reincarnation one.
Which
one?
one's that? No,
This
that's the one, the slime one. I was reincarnated as a slime.
No, this is Konosuba. I know which one you're talking about.
No, that's
Look.
not Konosuba. Search up Konosuba right now.
Do you know how to work a fucking computer? Oh my god!
Open a new tab. You're gonna get rid of this one. Yes, you do. Because you were showing me the picture.
He can't even type.
No, it's a different
He can't
blue-haired
even
girl.
fucking type.
No, this is not this. This is
No,
Konosuba.
search up reincarnated as a slime.
Look at him. Look at him try and type this.
The time I got
There you go.
reincarnated as a slime.
Thank God, it did it for me.
No, search up image.
It's a different character.
Look, it's literally the same picture.
No, it's not. They're different.
Go back to the picture from the other one.
We will do.
Yeah. That's good. That's fine.
Yeah.
I always click on new sometimes.
Look, different.
Click on the create anime.
What?
Click on the create an anime. The tier list that we were looking at. Oh,
The one that
God.
you mega zoomed in.
Fuck. I lost it. There it is. That's Konosuba.
Oh
But
no, you know what? You're right.
I am right. I fucking know it, you
Okay,
asshole.
I didn't like Konosuba.
Anyways.
I liked it. It was funny.
Anyways.
Yeah, I think you'd like Agent. I think it's right up your alley.
All right, let's talk about the worst anime here. My Bunny Girl.
He's just trying to get a rile out of you, Taylor. Don't pay attention.
Mid at best, I'm thinking C tier on the high end. Absolute dog ass.
The only anime to make me cry.
Wait, really?
Dude, you can ask
B-Dog.
yeah, B-Dog. When I watched the movie with him, dude, I was crying like a bitch.
They have a movie. Oh yeah, so you guys talking about that?
All right. Well, I mean, there's nothing on the list that I would want to talk about. But if we were gonna, because getting near the end of this episode,
I wanted to go to the gym.
no. I was gonna throw a couple animes out there
No
for you. Let me
Goblin
get the
Slayer,
list.
anyone?
You're the only. Have you fully watched Goblin Slayer?
Okay.
Jesus
It was mid.
Christ.
Yeah, it was very mid.
For those of you that don't know Goblin Slayer, I know you've seen. If you watch any anime clips,
Is
you've
extremely.
they've shown Goblin Slayer. It's when they're in the
It's
cave.
super
It's this
fucked up.
little girl fighting goblins.
She's not a little girl.
She gets gangbanged by
No,
these
she is a little
goblins.
girl.
They start stripping her down. Camera pans
Okay.
away. She starts screaming.
Yeah,
This was
it's-
the very first episode.
it was.
Yeah,
It
it's
was-
Goblins
the only anime.
raping.
It's the only anime I've ever seen where they actually show a depiction of rape,
Yeah,
and
Like-
it kind
But I'm
of
gonna be
rubbed
honest,
me the wrong way. But
they almost do it too much too. It just kind of
Yeah.
It kind of like
it could have just been like a 1 second and
If it
done
was a
kind of
1
thing.
in-
But
If they
yeah,
did it once
they
or
like
twice
really
in the
went
whole
in depth on
season,
stripping her down.
it would have
Yeah.
like really hit more impactful. But they show it literally anytime they fight goblins, they find a girl that's been raped. It's like
Yeah.
Jesus. Like after a while, it just kind of numbs you.
Which
from
you know,
it.
I understand the goblins are like animals. They have a sex drive and stuff, but like you don't have to show it all like
not
what they
like,
show.
We get the point.
literally every time we get it.
Yeah.
You got it after the first episode. I don't need to see it 6 more times. And then like they'll do it mid-fight. Like they'll try to. I'm like, stop. I just want to see a fight. I just want to see the fight. I don't want to see it. I
Going
thought
off
it was
of
a one and done thing.
going. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying. I thought the whole like those scenes were gonna be like saw it once. That's it. They established the
You get the
premise.
point. That's what they like to do.
Yeah.
No, they fucking hammered into your goddamn skull.
Going off of recommendations, I'll start with the honorable mentions. I had 4. Kuroko's basketball. I recommend
You
it.
and sports animes, huh?
Yeah. It's more just an enjoyable watch. Like
Okay.
you watch it and it's really good. You like all the
Enjoyable for me
characters.
is very sadistic.
I guess maybe the last villain Akashi's kind of like that.
Damn, bro. All pre.
It's all just about basketball with superpowers and stuff. It's just so enjoyable to watch. There's not one complaint I could come up with off of enjoyment. No, stop.
I have the rest of my water bottle.
I almost want to leave to go. I still want to work out.
You
Damn
can
it.
go ahead. I mean, I promised her. I don't want. I don't. We don't say names. Remember? He said one
B-Dog.
name, and B Dog's not even his name.
Yeah.
That's one name.
Okay, I didn't know about your rule till now, but
That's
I still
one.
kind of
That's
didn't do
that's
anything.
literally one name. But I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna bring him up.
Damn you, Taylor.
But I have plans. I'm sorry.
This one, I think that Taylor would like because he did like Bunny Girl Senpai, and he told me he liked more of the sad stuff. It's called Real Life. It's about
I'm gonna
this
write that
guy.
down.
He's kind of like 28, done nothing in his life, and he just hates himself. And one day, this guy offers him a pill that will turn him back to when he was a teenager, so he can try to relive his life. And that's why it's called Real Life. And the whole thing is he wants him to make a big enough difference so that if he, because it's a 2-year thing, he gives him 2 years to try to change his life. And if he does nothing with his new life and tries to like revert back to what he used to be, it's done. He goes back to being 28, doing nothing and all that shit. And it's about him trying to redo his life as a high schooler. And he meets this other person who is also a real life thing. He doesn't know until like near the end. But it's really interesting because they sort of fall in love. And I'm not gonna spoil it the end, but it just gets really sad at how they do the end. And it's just such a good anime.
Okay. Let me
Uh,
ask you this,
huh?
because there's a show that I started, and I haven't really continued watching it, but the concept of it, I really grasp onto it.
Mhm.
Platinum's End.
Never seen it.
Ever?
It's actually on my list. That I was
Because
gonna watch.
you know what it's about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting show to watch.
Yeah. I'll probably pick it up soon. But another one, Log Horizon. It's very unknown for this age. It came out the same time as Sword Art Online.
What is
Which
it? I
obviously it's called Log Horizon.
think I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Seen it though.
Log Horizon is not very well known because again, I said it came out as Sword Art Online, which was the biggest anime of its time. It's just a more fleshed out Sword Art Online. Sword Art
Okay.
Online was like, oh,
Okay.
here's your main character, he's powerful, and then it's like time skip 50 floors. Now they're on floor 54.
I was gonna say Sword Art Online is weird because I do think it's in general good. It's just
Yeah.
it just gets off to such a bad start.
Yeah,
I
they
think
don't
the
do
first few
anything.
episodes were good in the anime, and
Yeah.
after that it just off, bro.
Yeah, it falls off because they do the time skip where it's like 4 years later and stuff. And like,
That was
why
my
are you doing
that
that?
was my problem with Demon. They time skipped. I would have liked to see.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep. I
Like,
agree.
Maybe like just an episode later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
And like, why?
I don't like when
why?
they do it
Why
so
do
early.
4 years? Why not just do 3 months later?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. They
or
went
just
so
show like
far.
increments. Do 3 months.
Well, because
show
I'm
him
pretty sure
progressing,
like
and
it showed, like the time jump. It was mainly like him talking to Nezuko while she was sleeping.
it was doing that.
It
I
was-
think trying to chop the rock,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
not the
like
boulder.
dude, I get it. Not much
like,
has
I kinda
happened,
get it
but
for-
But like, I would like to see him go through the training
Yeah.
course more. Slowly show him progressing.
they
getting
could have
better.
showed more of those two spirits, Makomo and
Yeah. I forgot the other
Sabito.
guy's name.
Sabito, yeah.
Yeah, Sabito. But it's a better Sword Art Online. They get put in. I mean, I guess there's no life or death situation in Long Horizon, but they get trapped in the game, and they have to just live their lives out in that game, and it's just so interesting because you go through this progress where he's not like Kirito. He's like the opposite Kirito. Kirito is super strong, goes through everything with just sheer power. He's the smart one. He's the brains. So he goes through everything more logically. He tries to go through politics, and like there's this whole thing with like because they're in this new world, people are trying to gain power and be like the head leader of like certain areas, and he tries to stop that by creating his own group. It's so interesting. Um, Psychopaths is about a world where you're judged based off of your mental, and
Interesting.
if you're too like over the top, they try to take you out of existence because they want this kind of society that a lot of people don't fit. And it's just really interesting because nobody knows that these people are just normal people going through a hard time. Because they're not like full on crazy, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill everybody and all this shit. They're just people with hardships that aren't really happy anymore. And they don't know that. They think that because they've been raised in this society, they think that not being happy is you're just not a real person.
Okay.
So it goes on, and it's kind of like a dystopian world where there's one person on top of everybody, and they figure out that well, you kind of go along the story of them trying to figure out why people are dying because of this, and the main character doesn't really accept that people are dying for just being out of the norm.
This sounds like a book we read in high school.
No,
No.
that's about the books.
No.
It's the one with Big Brother, right?
Yeah. With how they're like they
it's
have a
the Ray
TV that
Bradbury.
constantly watches them,
Yeah.
and
What
like
is it
they
called?
try and do anything out of the norm, they're like instantly put
Yeah.
in some sort of camp or they're just executed.
What is it called?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
1984?
Yeah.
1984.
Oh,
That was like the one book that I was genuinely enjoyed.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to
Every-
pick that book
like-
up. Is it worth it?
It was really good.
The problem with me is like when it comes like I can't listen to audiobooks because it puts me to sleep. And of course
Yeah.
my teacher for the whole entire book played audiobooks. Or like the audio.
What are you doing? But yeah, there's just this really cool scene because the main character's a girl, and she kind of has like these 4 side characters that are part of her team.
Okay.
And it's really interesting because as they find out more and more about what's happening, 2 of the side characters go missing, and they don't show you it until the second season what happens. And it's really weird, but it's interesting. I really like it. What are you
Typing.
And it's so crazy because I will spoil this part just because it was so fucking well written. One of the characters who's happy-go-lucky, always excited, always happy. You know, one of those characters everybody loves them because they're so happy. They
Yeah.
crack jokes all the time.
Naruto.
No, he gets serious like once.
He's kind of more like Luffy,
Okay.
where he's over the top, happy,
Never
does
takes
jokes.
anything seriously.
Yeah, unless he has to take it serious. They're it's the end of season 1 or season 2 where they figure out some more stuff and they try to break into the main headquarters of where everything happens. The main character and one of the main guys goes up top to fight the main person who they think is the main person. One of them has to watch the area that they came in so that when they come back they can leave safely. And then the other character goes downstairs in the basement by himself because one of the cronies of the head guy goes down there, so he's like, I'll take this guy on myself. He ends up killing that guy and then goes a little bit further into the basement where he finds out that the main person, like the head of the world, is not actually a person. It's an AI that was comprised of knowledge from previous people who died. And it kind of like, it's become like, you know, how people are scared that AI will become sentient and like all that because it knows everything. And he kind of like, he stands there. He's the happy-go-lucky character. So, you know, his face goes shocked. He's like, what the fuck is all this? And as he's like, kind of like trying to comprehend everything, you see the main person behind him with a gun and shoots him in the head. And that's like the end of his story. they don't know where he goes. They don't know why he doesn't come back until the end when they figure out that she killed him. And it was crazy, but it was just so well, I guess, told in this. Great. Um, the main list I had Code Geass, obviously, one of the best animes of all time. You've probably heard of
What show?
Code
Code
Geass.
Geass.
Yeah,
About
I've
like
heard of it.
Lelouch and like his eyes and stuff. It's just it's such a good anime. It's the same thing as Death Note, Parasite. You have to watch it. It's,
Code Geass.
yeah, really good.
I've heard the season 2 is still good, but not as good as season
Yeah,
1.
it's got that syndrome where the sequel's just not as good as the main, but it's still really good. Um, Running with the Wind, the one I was telling you guys about earlier, it's a running anime. It's about sports.
You love sports animes.
But okay, but it's about the sport, but not really. It's about it
Okay.
it kind of takes cover as like it is a sports anime, but it takes cover as an actual like all the side characters are doing this because they have something in their past they want to run away from.
Oh, okay.
So one of the characters, he's always been a part of the big group, and people will laugh at his jokes, but he doesn't feel like people actually understand him. And he's not the person that people, when they're feeling down, they'll go to him. He's not that person. Or when they want to go do something with friends, he's the last person they think of, even though he is a part of the group. And he feels like an outcast, even though he's in the big group.
Yeah.
So it tells you about his entire story, and that's why he wants to. Another guy, he's in college for like his 8th year. He constantly drops out. He's a smoker, alcoholic. That's his problem. He wants to run because it's gonna make him healthier. He can live a healthier life. He wants to pass the expectations that everybody has for him because they're so low. He just wants to. He finally wants to change his life. Uh, it tells a really good story about there's like 12 main characters technically, and it's so thought out. Such a good sports anime, even though it's not really about sports. It's just so good. Given I think I've told Tavien about this a lot.
Yeah.
It's actually the only BL anime I've watched, which means boy love. Well, actually banana fish too, but it's boy love, but not really. It's not down the hentai path, but it's about a guitarist who's really good at guitar, but he hasn't quite found his peak potential because he's just an angry person. And he meets this other guy who's not a part of his group that he's trying to get, who's a really good singer. And it's just a love story between them, but also about his past, and how being gay is not accepted in Japan. And it's just really good. It got great music, and you learn about the guy's backstory and why he's so sad all the time. It's just really great. Made me cry. One of the few animes that's made me cry. Last two, Made in Abyss.
I heard of that.
It's
I can't remember what it was about, but I do remember hearing that name.
it's just a really good anime. It's about this girl is trying to find her father and her mother who went down into the abyss. There's certain different floors.
Fuck, who told me? My mobile coworker told me about this the other night.
Yeah.
And there's another kid with her, and
Yep.
they traveled, like the deeper they go, like the more like scarier
No,
it gets.
it's the more dangerous.
Like more intense, yeah.
Yeah, the at a certain floor, when you reach that floor, you can't go back up.
Yeah.
Because like the first floor, if you go back up, you're totally fine. Second floor, if you go back, it's nausea.
Yeah.
Third, it's vomiting. Fourth, it's vomiting blood. Fifth, it's blood coming out of all of your thing.
Orifice.
Yeah. And just the deeper you go, you can't go back up.
Yeah.
So it's her journey of she knows she can't go back up, but she wants to meet her parents for the first time. And it's just so interesting because it goes through like all the floors and the different animals that can kill them and how they survive and stuff. And it's so interesting. But the side character actually can't die. He can go up because he's a robot.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a man.
But it's just a really good story. Really good isekai. Well, I guess it's not isekai because she's not brought to a different world, but it's they were in a world and then all of a sudden these things started. And then the last one, something B-Dog told you to watch.
Hunter x Hunter?
No, A Silent Voice.
Oh, the movie, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my all-time favorite, like probably my second favorite anime of all time. It's just so good. It's about a kid who used to bully a deaf girl when he was younger, because we're kids, make
Yeah.
stupid mistakes as a kid.
Little fucking deep.
Yeah. He figures about the whole world and how people are two-faced, and how when he was making fun of the girl, it was all good, but when they got caught, he was thrown under the bus, and
Yeah.
then he got bullied by them in turn. And it's just about his life. It starts out with him trying to commit suicide because he's gone through his whole teenage life being bullied or being the outcast. So he tries to end his life, and he comes back to like reality before he jumps, that maybe I should try to work on some of this stuff. And he meets the girl that he used to bully, and it's his journey of um kind of, what's the word, seeking,
Forgiveness.
yeah, forgiveness. But what he doesn't realize is she's already forgiven him.
Yeah.
He's I guess it's
It's
more,
forgiving himself for what he
yeah.
did.
And you go through the story, you realize he actually, like, he feels sorry for what he did to her, but it's the stuff that happened after that made him want to kill himself.
Oh, okay.
He can't forgive himself for being such an asshole as a kid. Um, and it's so sad, so great. He figures out that she also feels the same as him. She was bullied. She doesn't feel like anybody will ever understand her, and it's a really good love story that gets really sad at the end, but then really good. And it's a movie, so you could watch it. But that's about it. That was the stuff I
Well, I'm
read.
sure guarantee Taylor's gonna watch literally every single one. I don't know what else he's got on his list to watch.
Yeah, I got nothing up. I'm considering One Piece because I've tried One Piece before. I've
I'll
watched
tell you, it's as big as it is. It's not for everyone. You got to be
I've
able to
watched
understand.
3 episodes, and like my coworker, he's so devoted to One Piece. Has a manga panel tattooed on of One Piece.
I know we've
Only
talked about
certain like his looks
maybe
good.
certain scenes. It has to be
Yeah.
the right
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. I think his looks pretty good.
You know what you should do? Read the manga until you get about maybe episode 800.
Wow.
Because you can. The only reason I'm saying this is, one, the animation in the beginning is kind of bad because it came out in,
But
I think it was like
they
1998.
did do an HD remake. I don't know if it's on
It-
everywhere. It's
no.
on Crunchyroll.
I keep telling him this, and it's one thing that I can't look past. I have no interest in pirates.
Yeah.
That's why, like, part of me doesn't want to get in the Vinland Saga because it's Vikings.
Yeah. The
I
story
don't like
kind of
Vikings.
flushes out more from just pirates.
Yeah, they're more than just pirates.
Yeah.
Honestly.
At this point, they're
I'll
just.
be honest, I don't think a lot of their battles are even on this.
No.
Mostly
Not,
on
I don't
land.
think
They
any
do-
of their battles are on the sea.
Okay.
Like it's, and I think the few pirate things they're okay.
The only reason it's a pirate thing is because, one, they're on a ship and it's their crew and they're sailing across the seas. Two, they're looking for a gold treasure One Piece. And I guess maybe three is that they're not viewed well by the world because they go around and they're like,
I think that's what Luffy like aspires to be. Like he wants to be like a good guy though, right? He wants to
Yeah,
be a pirate,
Luffy-
but not like the other ones.
yeah, Luffy is a pirate, but not in the bad sense. He just wants to become the greatest pirate. He doesn't want to be a bad pirate. He wants to be something that's good.
Okay.
It kind of fleshes out more. He fights more of the world government than he does pirates. So I think
And they're
it's really interesting.
they're evil. They're supposed to be bad guys.
Yeah. But that's why I said read the manga. The manga, you can read it so much faster than watching. And you can, once you get to the most recent things, then you can start watching. Because the estimated time of finishing One Piece right now from episode 1 to now is, it's like 2 years. That's how long it
Yeah.
takes. Factoring in like you have work and stuff to do
I watched a video of, like, if you were to watch it
nonstop.
giving 4 hours for rest and maybe like 1 hour break, it would take you 2 months
Yeah.
if you were to watch it 24/7.
Separates the thin from the thick. Tell you that.
It sounds like you're about to tackle that journey, Tavien.
Dude, I watched all of Naruto, filler included.
Good for you.
I'm ready for that challenge.
Good for you.
Yes, sir.
Good for you.
I watched, what was it, like 700, 800 some episodes of it?
Shippuden was 5.
And
Naruto was
was
250.
Yeah, so
750.
750.
episodes.
I think One Piece is the second longest anime running, because the first
first.
is not prefer
or
It's Conan.
Detective
Detective
Conan.
Conan. That's
Wait,
the longest
what?
one. Yeah, because
Isn't that like a kid's one?
Dude,
yeah,
my
but it's been
ass
going on
hurts.
longer. It's like
I've
the
been
only
sitting for way
other.
too damn long.
It's the
You
only
wanna
other
switch?
show.
No, I just needed to put more pressure on one.
But yeah, One Piece. It's really good. I would say just read it though.
I like Zoro. I'm a
Yeah,
basic bitch.
everybody likes Zoro.
Like his 3 badass.
I know we couldn't stop talking about Naruto. You guys want to bring this back up, or
Yeah,
do you have
Madara
anything else
claps
to?
Itachi's
No.
cheeks,
Oh
hands
my
down.
God.
He claps him.
But no, I think we've been doing it.
Yeah, I just didn't know if Tavian didn't want to have some final thoughts on what he had to say
I
about
still
Naruto.
think Naruto is an A tier. You guys are some bitches. I refuse to put Naruto.
I
in
feel
the
like
same
okay, I'm
category
gonna
as
say
Seven
this
Deadly
too. Like
Sins.
rewatching the first like 10 episodes, they jumped into it really fast with jutsus without explaining really what it is. Because the first episode is literally Naruto stealing
He
the
steals
sealing scroll. I remember when I first watched that, I had no idea what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
And they didn't explain anything about sealing until the flashback of Minato when he sealed Kurama.
Yeah.
No, Orochimaru.
When?
He talks about sealing jutsu when Kakashi seals the curse mark in Sasuke.
That's
Orochi-
that's a reverse seal.
Well, it's a sealing technique. When Orochimaru
But no,
tightens the seal on
he
Naruto.
didn't specify that it was a reverse seal. He's just said, I'm gonna do a ritual on you to get this curse mark off you.
Oh,
Nobody knew it was a reverse seal until it was like a flashback in Shippuden.
honestly, the sealing jutsus are underrated. If they actually I think if they actually feature them more, they would be.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Reaper Death Seal. You can take anyone's soul despite
Yeah,
how strong they are, as long
but
as
it's at the sacrifice of your own.
okay. But
You
like,
seal
imagine being
you seal yourself away with
just
them.
imagine,
Imagine
let's
not caring and
let's
just being like, "Yo, Madara,
let's say-
you a bitch," and
yeah,
then
let's
just
say
taking his
you're
life.
in the war arc.
Sasuke, I don't like you.
You're in the war arc. Madara's like standing in front of you. You just Reaper Death Seal, and you're not gonna catch him. But if you could just whisk away the strongest person on the battlefield. That's some fodder ass loser. Like that's kind of strong.
I mean,
I think your soul
you technically
needs...
could if you want to be that technical. That's not true, because
Well,
the
I think your
Hokage was
soul-
only able to seal Orochimaru's arms. Remember?
Well, that's because he was dying already because he got stabbed during
Yeah,
it. So he was
exactly.
already dying and being he was weakened.
What makes you so you think Madara wouldn't die putting up a fight? You
Look, we're already
praising how strong
talking in
he
a
was.
huge hypothetical land because if you think you're gonna catch someone like him with that, you're not. You're not. But I'm just saying if you could.
We talk about the best moment of Shippuden when
Best
Sakura revived a fish.
Revived a fish.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He was showing a
Is this
training
filler?
montage with Tsunade. She's like, Tsunade, revive this fish, and you're fully a student of mine. And she was like, the fish started like flapping again.
God damn,
So-
Sakura's powerful.
Damn, she really caught up to those two. I'll give her this. Look, I'll be nice to Sakura. She did have a vital part.
Okay,
It's just that like she just gets
despite all the shit talking she gets, she is strong.
for a
She's
medical
strong.
ninja, she's extremely useful.
It just so
It's just-
happens
It's just when
she's comparing, yeah, when she's
She
comparing
just does
herself
and
to
says some
Naruto.
Complete headassery.
And it
she-
is pretty funny how whenever she's in dangers, Naruto.
Yeah.
She does have the strongest summoning jutsu though.
True.
Wait, what?
She summoned Naruto to the pain fight.
Yeah, she's got
She
strong.
got the strongest
jutsu.
summoning. She just summoned plot armor and the main
You ever
character.
wonder why she never calls for her husband?
Oh.
Sasuke? No, it's Naruto.
I'll tell you this though, you're a Sasuke fan. Like him.
Yeah.
I know you say he gets a little too edgy in the end, but I'll tell you, you'll love Sasuke on board. He's the coolest character.
I
in
like
that show.
I when I was watching part of his like recovery little era arc, I did start lining up to him because he's not so much of a little bitch.
Oh, when he like
Actually genuinely helps people.
after the events of Shippuden and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's
Oh, you mean you like the Gaara type characters, where like they're kind of like edgy, but they're also they've got a side.
They're not a
villain.
bitch.
they're not
Yeah.
too edgy.
All he did was complain. Ooh, my whole family got slaughtered. I have no friends.
That's kind of a big deal, homie.
Well, but it's okay. Yeah, it's a big deal, but
Demon
it's
Slayer does it
just
better.
like, dude,
Yeah.
when
Sanji
you're
should just
when you're
slay
literally
demons.
like when your whole mission is to eliminate the entire village that you just so happen to grow up in. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Okay, but
When
here's
you
the thing,
have
though.
when you have a kid that grew up with you, no parents, he literally grew up being like the demon of the village. Everybody avoided him.
To be fair,
And you like
I would have loved to see a universe of Naruto, and he was the one who ran off. It would honestly make more sense
it would make
for
more
him to
sense.
run
'Cause
off.
he was bullied more than Sasuke. Everybody loved Sasuke. When he came into the class, he was like, "Oh, he's so
Yeah.
cute and he's so powerful."
Sasuke was getting pussy at like 9 years old,
Yeah.
bro.
Like, okay,
and
I
Naruto
get it.
over here was getting shitted
His
on.
whole family got slaughtered, and it was because of the village. Like, I get where the hatred comes from,
Yeah.
but it's like, dude,
I don't.
other people have had more hatred towards something else because it's more drastic than. Look at Kakashi.
I think after he talked to Hashirama. He's like, "Shit, what should I do, homie? I want to destroy the village you built." And they talked. He was like, I think after that, he was like, "Well, I'm not gonna kill them all. I'll just kill the higher ups who are in charge."
Yeah, he literally said, "I'm gonna kill all of the Kages and start
But
from
I kind of
scratch."
understand it though. They did all the Kages and the ones that came before that. They did
Sasuke-
But it's
create
like-
the circumstances that.
But
they're
it's
in.
like, okay, had he not been a bitch and rode with Naruto, Naruto single-handedly emotionally changed everybody and all of the elders.
Yeah.
So it's like, in the long run, that's not necessary to kill them all.
Yeah, and when
I
you
mean-
when you think about it, Sasuke's backstory is kind of just a worse Pain's backstory. They kind of just, I mean, they make it his family, and Pain it's his entire village.
I don't think it was Pain's entire village. I don't think he cared about it. I just know his family got killed by some. hidden
Yeah,
ninja.
but then he used it as because
It
the
wasn't.
entire village
It
was
wasn't. It was.
destroyed.
I thought it was hidden mist.
No, he was in the Hidden Rain village.
Yeah.
No, the Hidden Leaf village Shinobi killed his parents.
Yeah.
That's
but
right.
he was
That's
in
right.
the
That's
Hidden
right.
Rain
Yeah,
village.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they killed the entire like village.
Village.
there.
I don't think they killed him. They just they used it as their battleground, so most of it got destroyed.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. I feel like
But don't get me
Sasuke's.
wrong. I think the villains have the best justifications that you could give.
Oh yeah, and in Naruto, the villains like motives for actually
very
doing stuff
complex.
is probably the best
like
in anime.
they're just psychologically complex in other villains. that
Yeah,
are shown.
like it's not just I'm a bad guy because I want to kill everybody, or I
My
was
mother died of cancer when I was young.
yeah.
Turned me a deep dark path.
I was gonna
What's
say,
so funny?
I gotta realize about One Piece is the villains are probably gonna be much more single-minded than in other animes. I think so far, fought Marine.
Yeah, the
They're like,
Marines.
well, you're a pirate, so we have to fight.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know
I guess
you.
it makes sense, but if you go into deeper of the One Piece villains, I mean, I guess their motive is just they want power.
They just
because
wanna
they're
find
they're
the One Piece.
strong. They want power. They want the One Piece.
I think we should end the episode here. If we have more to talk, we can keep live stream.
I can keep shitting on your Itachi argument.
Yeah, but I say we end the
Yeah,
episode.
I think we're good here.
We're like
Yeah.
what 2.5 hours in.
Oh fuck yeah! On our longest episode in a while.
All right, before we stop streaming, I would like to reiterate that Deku is a bitch, and
Gets better in the
Sakura
manga.
and Sakura revives a fish. There you go.
That's true. Sakura
Anyways,
sucks. Well, any final words?
no,
Quite an art. This was quite a fucking tale.
this has been a very special episode. Very long too.
Yeah, for sure.
We appreciate you. For those of
Good
you that
lord.
actually made it this far, goddamn.
Yeah, Jonah, do you have any final words you want?
Yeah. My hero and Haikyuu are mid. Cry about it.
Not like that. Do
No. We'll
you have
leave it
any
up there.
final words?
No. It was
Yeah,
great.
literal final words before we go back and execute you.
Oh.
You've
well,
lived you outlived your usefulness, sir.
I mean, it was nice being on here. Good talking, and
Yeah.
it was. I don't know. It was really fun.
Well, we'll definitely try to get him on again. I think that's everything we gotta say. All I know is Naruto is A tier. These guys fucking suck at their tier list. What can I say? They're lucky I'm still in the room right now. But we'll wrap up here. Thank you to everyone who watched or who's listening on What is it? YouTube, Spotify, Anchor,
YouTube, Spotify, Twitch,
Twitch,
Google Podcasts,
Google
anything.
Podcast.
Yeah,
Fuck it,
yeah, anything
yeah,
but Apple Podcasts.
yeah. Just thank you guys who are listening. Appreciate it, especially for those fucking champions that made it through 2.5 hours of senseless fucking talking. Yeah. We're all good. Well, nothing else to say. We'll see you guys in the next episode.